2023-2024 season. Let's get it. It's a great return. Playoff strikes back. We going live and tuned up to the max. Real and King still spitting the facts. Wrapping it up with Yard in the chat. Baltimore, Dallas, we still on the map. The others agree, we don't know about that. We wrote the blueprints, don't know about that. And Nico, we trust that we know about that. MFFL, that new roster. Cooking up a curve, steak and Eliza. Hope your appetite for winning is hearty. Grab yourself a seat for the after game party. We never die, we live long and prosper. You ain't imagining, we home like fosters. Lightning in the sky like Dr. Frankenstein, Luka and Kyrie, they ready to monster. The rules of the game are the same. They're on every platform, same name. At WTM, have your question on screen. Keep it courteous and keep it clean. And remember to share and like. Welcome Will and King to the mic. Wherever, whenever you hear this pod. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Glow Yard.
YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, MFFLs, podcast listeners all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of We Talk Mavs, guys, where we talk Dallas Mavericks from a fan perspective. Listen, man, it's the dynamic duo. We back, man, with the matching Glow Yard tees on and our own theme song. Listen, guys, you guys already know how we do it on this channel, man. We talk all things Dallas Mavericks. We definitely appreciate everybody rocking with us tonight, man. For a late one, we do apologize. Like I said before, life calls. You got to answer, man. We definitely got to answer.
Better answer.
Exactly. But yeah, man, listen, before we get into it, though, guys, I need y'all to do us a huge favor, man. If you're new to the channel, if you're into Dallas Maverick content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us, guys. Please do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Help us get to our third goal of 2K. We're on our way there, guys. We definitely could use your help to get there. Also, everybody hit that like button tonight, man. Everybody get that like up for the win tonight, guys, for the Dallas Mavericks. Everybody, please hit that like button, man. Help us build that algorithm up to find more Mav fans like yourself to join the Glow Yard Gang, guys. All right, King. You ready, man?
I am.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and introduce, man. We got two special guests in the building today, man. We're going to go ahead and introduce those guys up, man. They are two of the three host of the Lakers Fast Break. We got Sean, the Magic Man, and Gerald on with us today, man. So it's not Joe, but Gerald's filling in for Joe. But we definitely appreciate him coming on, man. What's good, fellas?
Appreciate the great intro there, Rel. That was awesome, brother. Appreciate you and King for that.
Yes,
Love
sir.
to
Yes,
the
sir.
channel, man. We
Yes,
appreciate
sir, man.
we appreciate the work. And you know what? Congratulations on the win. We come in with flowers when flowers are due, and the Mavericks are 2-0 on their back-to-back, and it was a sweet victory as well. Man, Dante Exum exercised, I don't know what skeletons from his shooting slump when he first came into the league, but my goodness. And hats off to Luka Doncic. This is why we love the game, fellas.
Yep.
This is why. He is incredible. And oftentimes, it's the simple plays that he makes look spectacular. And fellas just made their shots tonight. Oftentimes, I think, fellas, people want to underestimate people like Luka Doncic and Larry Bird and LeBron James because they really don't appreciate the simplicity. And simplicity is elegance. It's not just straight up raw. It could be beautiful. And he makes the right plays. That's what I think fundamentally a lot of people need to understand is he makes the right plays most of the time. It's just whether or not you finish for him.
Yep.
And they did tonight. And they did.
They definitely did. What was your take on the game today, Gerald?
You guys got it done down the stretch. Simple as that. Luka got it done, found the right people. Dante Exum, Williams, Hardaway, they hit the shots from the outside. Lakers provided no perimeter defense out there. You guys got it done. The tide kind of turned at the end of that third quarter, and I was thinking that maybe the Lakers would have enough momentum. Maybe the Mavericks were getting kind of tired, playing a back-to-back and all that, depleted roster. But you know what? You guys were shorthanded, and you guys got the job done. And so all credit goes to you guys for getting the job done tonight. The Lakers blew it, had an opportunity to win. They didn't execute down the stretch, and they paid the price for it with a win for the Mavericks.
Yeah. What you got, King?
I basically echo the same things our guest said. I appreciate both of you guys for joining the show. Luka's that dude, bro. Like, we expect this all the time, actually, Sean and Gerald, from Luka Doncic. I don't know if everybody really recognizes the greatness this guy is. I think I consider him, and I think he will be, the greatest offensive player of all time. Now, his ceiling of where he can be as a top 10 player depends on championships, and it depends on as far as his defense and how far he wants to take it. I always say he's competing with Magic Johnson as far as his defense. Magic Johnson is the guy in the top 5 that isn't probably the worst defender out of the top 5. And no disrespect to the Lakers, but Magic's incredible. He just not an all defensive player. So I feel like Luka is battling him as far as that position, and he is what he is. Like, he's that dude. He loves to play against LeBron. You guys, I know you were missing Vanderbilt tonight. That would have been the big guy to throw at Luka. Luka wasn't the most efficient, but he didn't have Kyrie tonight, so that was huge as well. You guys, like you said, had the lead in the fourth quarter, and we still ended up winning the game. So we were hurt. Exum has been huge for us. I know you guys said, and I think he only made 8 threes this season before today or some in general. So he made, 7 of them today, I believe it was.
Wouldn't you know? Just our luck.
He was 2 for 2 the last game before this, actually, yesterday's game, and he was 7 for 9 today. So he's been unbelievable this whole season for us. He just had almost a career high like 2 games ago, I think it was, and now he had a career high today, I believe. So Exum was incredible. I don't know, man. I think that we were missing, but he was big. I just wanted to give him credit. I know you guys said he wasn't. It was just big of a game for him, but I think he's actually been a big piece for us. He's one of the unsung players for us, probably him and a Dereck Jones Jr. We didn't have Dereck Jones Jr. today either. Mm-hmm. It was good to see Grant Williams. He came back. He was struggling before he came back from injury, and he actually gave us an awesome game as far as shooting the ball. He was untouchable as well. So shout out to Grant Williams. He was incredible. Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench. He can always get in trouble sometimes defensively against certain matchups, but he'll take charges, and he's incredible as far as taking them charges for us. That's his job. That's his role.
And King, I would say he's very savvy offensively too, because when he saw Max Christie on a switch, it was barbecue chicken.
Yep.
He went 2 for 2 on him in 2 separate possessions for 5 points. You know what? He's never been the most savvy guy when it comes to drawing fouls, King. But man, he is a smart vet, and he knows an advantage when he sees one. And that's you know what? I know he's kind of been hard done by Mavs fans, Tim Hardaway Jr., just because, it's one thing in Game 64, and then it's another thing in Game 6 of a playoff series, But I think they stick with it. That's the kind of vet that Luka can rely on, because he sees an advantage. He takes advantage of it, and hats off to him. And I just wanted to say, King, they really missed Dereck Jones Jr., but a lot of guys stepped up, and I was really surprised we left Grant Williams open, to be frank. That was a critique we had of Coach Ham, because Grant Williams can make 40% of his threes, especially from the corner and the wings. So that was kind of a tactical advantage, I thought, that kid really employed, and they were able to just smush us. I mean, we just got smushed on the perimeter.
It's a huge game for us, Sean, because the Lakers just own the media. Call it what it is. The Lakers are the Lakers. So with us beating the Lakers on national TV, with Luka being able to do this, like I said, without Kyrie Irving, with Luka, taking the challenge of not only, LeBron James at times, one-on-one. He had a good strip that he led to a fast break dunk for Tim Hardaway Jr. on some ridiculous technical foul for a hanging call. I don't know what happened there, but like Luka Doncic, this was one of those games that we wanted. We always want from Luka Doncic on this show, on the national media or on the national stage or whatever, because we know what Luka is. And I felt like today, like, Anthony Davis gave you almost a 40-point performance. LeBron matched him, I think, with 33 points as far as Luka Doncic. And truthfully, Luka went up there and stood toe-to-toe with both of them without his sidekick. So this is who we think he is, and it's not to overhype him or be like a homer or a biased guy because I'm a Maverick fan, but this dude is legit. Like, I really think he's going to be the greatest offensive player of all time. His defensive championships will just decide where he is as far as on the all-time totem pole. And yeah, man, like you guys, you played a good game, I thought, in general. And like I said, I think we were missing a lot of guys today. A lot of guys. Like, so for us to keep it close, a lot of us, we were talking on the last show as far as having a game where we would actually probably, like, this would be automatic loss or whatever, bro. Like, basically
schedule loss.
Would be like, yeah, like you probably get this one away or whatever because the Lakers, you guys coming off the in-season tournament championship and all. Anthony Davis is on one right now. We're missing guys, so we thought you guys were probably going to come in here and just basically, give us maybe the work. And Luka wasn't having it, so I think this is maybe his MVP year. I think you guys are just in the way of that. And yeah, man, he's on one right now. But I don't want to take too much time. Go ahead, Rob. What you think about it?
Echo everybody's sentiments here, man. Listen, a lot to take away from the game for me. I just want to kind of give I want to focus on the main thing in this game today, King. The one thing you looked over, you didn't really pay attention to. The White Powell didn't play today.
Bro, I don't speak his name on the show. What are you talking about, right?
Right, gotcha. Sorry, my bad. I apologize. Listen, I like the rotations of Lively in both homes. Holmes brought energy, something we definitely needed. He was a type of presence in the paint for us a little bit today, something that Powell's never been. Dereck Lively's energy on defense today was pretty good. I think the national people got to see him today, man, probably for the first time this year. Really paid attention to him this year, I should say. Like you said, Luka, man, doing Luka things, looking like an MVP out there, 32-17, man. Just look nasty out there. Like you said, without Kyrie, and he went out there and carried the team to a win today, man. So shout out to him. The others, as Shaq would say, the Grant Williams, man. I guess Grant Williams really was hurt because he came back healthy and now look, he's hitting his shots again. So maybe he needed that time off, man, to help his shot get better. So he hit his shots. He showed up. We definitely needed him today. Like you said, Tim Hardaway, man, helped carry the offense there in the middle section of the game today, second and third quarter, man. We definitely needed him because it looked like Lakers were starting to try to get the ball out of Luka's hands a little bit more. So you needed that other guy to kind of step up and help carry the offensive load till Luka can kind of find his footing. The fact that, like you said, man, look, Dante Exum, I know y'all was surprised at what Dante Exum did today. Dante's been doing like this stuff a lot. He's been doing it pretty much all year when he's got minutes. And so we're now 4-0 when he's been starting now. So it's not a coincidence. We've talked about it on the last show, King, and the show before that. I told you the fact that it's good that Exum is in the starting lineup because now it gives you a third extra ball handler. He can kind of be that tertiary ball handler, also a primary ball handler at the same time. Take pressure off of Luka and off of Kyrie. That helps Luka move around a little bit more.
Yep. And
so that was a big, huge, play, I guess you could say, for Jayson Kidd, man. So shout out to him on that one. I'm trying to think who else. I really thought we were going to miss Derrick Jones Jr. today. I'm not going to lie to you. I said that on the last show because he's been playing pretty good, too. I think Exum and probably Derrick Jones Jr. probably two of the most underrated signings of the season so far, man. A lot of people aren't talking about him. I think people are starting to notice Exum now after this game today. Both of those guys making $2.15 an hour, so we got them for the cheap. But I'm telling you, King, they're going to get paid this summer, so get ready for that.
Let me just say this, if I may. I mean, he came in the game. He came in the game shooting 28%. Now, he had always been known as a great defender. Yeah. He played his way. He went to the Australian League, played back there, and he just played his way back into the league. And more props to him for that. But he came into the game shooting 28%. I know it was on the other side. It was, Cam Reddish, for instance, who's shooting 30% on the season. If he went off for 7 threes, it'd be the same. We would probably say it in the same scenario. But I would like to see Exum continue to shoot like this for the period of time. Let's see him get into the 34, 35%, because that really helps you guys out because he can play along the perimeter defensively at a high level. If he can shoot anywhere for 34 to 35% consistently for you guys or better, then obviously that, like you said, that is a big win, and he will get paid this summer.
You know what, too, Gerald? You know, the one thing, I know you're looking at his threes, but you know what Exum's impact has been?
Yep.
Yeah,
getting to that basket, man. Creating pressure on the defense, getting to the basket. He's been doing it all year long. Like,
yeah, defensively, he's been really, really still someone that even when he was with Utah, defensively, he was actually when he was drafted as something else, but he's evolved his game to be something quite different, and it's worked out for him. He's a great comeback story, absolutely great comeback story.
For sure. I think too it has a lot to do with him being healthy too, so that's a good thing.
Yes, he was always injured before. Correct.
Were you about to say again?
No, I was saying the same thing. The interior presence, as far as him driving to the rim and getting to the basket, it's been even though he was shooting 20-some% before tonight's game, he's given us another 20-point game within the last 3 games. So he's been getting to the basket. Like Exum has been all around rebounding, assists. Like he's given us 7 assists at points. Like it's just he's been all around incredible. And if the 3-point shot is turning around, then he may really get paid. That's how we feel. Like that's an even different step we didn't even see coming. Pause.
Yeah, and he's still 26.
Yep,
still young. Let's see, I think somebody else I was going to touch on. I think that's pretty much it, bro. Like I said, I thought we were going to miss. I thought we was going to miss Derrick Jones Jr. today, man. I really did. I thought we was going to miss Kyrie today too. Kyrie seemed to be doing fine. I don't see a boot or anything on his foot or anything, so he seemed to be good.
Yeah, he had a boot on earlier.
Yo, let me ask you fellas a question.
Oh, good.
How do you feel about Dereck Lively's progress? Because for some Lakers fans, they always got a wandering eye, brothers, and they're kind of looking towards Texas this year.
Whoa! No! Keep your eyes in LA, man. Don't do that.
With Cam Whitmore and with Dereck Lively, because Lakers fans were looking at both of those fellas in the draft. How would you evaluate Dereck Lively's progress, fellas?
I would just say, if we're talking about who do we trade off the team, I think there's only one player you wouldn't trade before Dereck Lively. I mean, you wouldn't trade. Like, if Dereck Lively, I would trade every other player before Dereck Lively except Luka Doncic. And that's including Kyrie Irving.
Wow.
That's how I feel about Dereck Lively, what we've gotten from Dereck Lively at the center position, what we've always needed. Like, Dereck Lively is everything we've ever needed and more. He's already in the conversation, like, as far as talent, is the best center we've ever had. Like, he's in that kind of conversation already.
So, incredible.
Yeah. Yes, he did play in Europe. Thank you, Professor. So, yes, he played, even though he has played before in the Australian Basketball League and the Australian Pro Leagues, and he is from Australia. He did play in Europe, so you get back on the trail to get back into the league. So, thank you, Professor, for the correction.
Yeah, I agree with King. Like I said, so the Glow Yard was telling us about Dereck Lively. I didn't watch him in college. I didn't really watch any college basketball this past season, so I really didn't know anything about any of the players. So they kept telling us, man, check out this Dereck Lively kid, man. We see now. We saw him in summer league. From summer league to now, man, you can see his growth. You saw the potential. You definitely see and feel his impact, man. So the fact, man, that this kid is a rookie and he's making this kind of impact right now, and it's like night and day between him and whoever comes in after him at the center position, man, it's crazy. Which is kind of why we want to go out there and get at least one more center, man, and kind of help him out a little bit there. But sky's the limit with the kid. 19 years old, man. He's a baby, and he's playing like this right now at 19. That's the scary part.
Yeah,
like he still has room to grow. That's the crazy part about it, man. And I know we had this argument, man. We with some people here in the Glow Yard. We talked about comparing him to Walker Kessler. Him having that Walker Kessler type of impact his rookie year or whatever. And to be honest with you, I think he's having a better season right now than Walker Kessler had last year.
I agree.
I'd agree with that.
Today was one of his, from what we're used to now, today is one of his worst games he's had recently. Like, and he got you 8 and 8.
Got you 8 and 8,
or whatever. And that's like, He can get you better than that.
He almost got a 20 and 20 last game.
Yeah, like this guy's legit. Like I can't wait to see what he is in 5 years. Like I said, and I wouldn't trade anybody. Like I wouldn't trade him for anyone right now. Like he's our guy. He's the guy.
Man, go ahead.
His energy on the court.
Yeah.
Really,
he's a baby.
Really,
man.
really contagious. Really, yes.
Yeah.
So if you can mold that and hone that,
yes.
Talking about a game wrecker, man. That's what you're talking about. Defensively, it's just a game wrecker.
Yeah. He started to cut back on the fouls too. Like he's fouling less. Like he's just like I said, his impact in general, man, at that age is crazy to me, man. So shout out to Nico. Shout out to Tyson Chandler, like guys who've been working with him.
One thing we talk about, Rel, on Lakers Fast Break before is that you notice you can't fake intensity.
Nope.
You can fake a lot of things around me or around a lot of people, but one thing you can't fake is how intense you are at what you do.
Yeah, we were hoping that Lively would fall down to where the Lakers were drafting, but
where were y'all at?
He started to rise once he started to get into that 10 spot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And just unfortunately, no, we got stuck with JHS instead.
Supposedly, I didn't even know. A lot of people were talking as if like he wasn't supposed to fall past 10, so we were kind of lucky to get him at 12. Because we traded down to get him. So
I truthfully think he should be third. Well, he should be second right now because Chet isn't even from this draft class.
Yeah, he should definitely top 5.
Other than Wemby right now, that is better than Lively. That's just my opinion.
I'd agree, King. I'd say he's the second best big from that draft right now.
And Lively, like he's 19. So with him being 19, like I said, he's an anchor. Like the two most important positions to us on the show are point guard and
center. Yep.
And if you got Luka Doncic and Dereck Lively, like Kyrie, I love Kyrie, but he's 31. You feel me? Like so, Dereck Lively should be more valuable to him at this point. Like I think Kyrie will want that from Dereck Lively. So, man, it's just I love it.
I agree. Let me ask the Lakers guys here some questions here, man. I watched a little bit of y'all show before we kind of got our stuff getting ready to start. I see y'all had some questions about certain players on the team and coaching decisions made by Darvin Ham. So let me tackle the Darvin Ham one first, man. What do y'all feel like Darvin Ham could have did better today in this game? As far as decisions, like what kind of decisions you feel like he could have made
nice
better?
Do you want us to be in regards to Darvin Ham? Because that's a very hot topic on our channel with our.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yes, we have actually Magic Man. I think was the one who coined the phrase "pockets," because Darvin Ham continually has his hands in his pockets the entire game, and sometimes lacks the decision making. It's the adjustments, I think, was the problem. I think with us, it's the fact that when you see someone like Dante Exum, who normally is not a great shooter from the outside, go on a hot streak, pay some more attention to him, stay closer to him. Same thing with Williams, same thing with Hardaway. Get out to the shooters better or stay on them better. That's something that was never adjusted upon. And he admitted as such in his post-game comments about how, the stats say you leave him open. Well, game like today, obviously it burned us there. And just it's the fact that also D'Angelo Russell, it's a continual roller coaster ride with D'Angelo Russell. It can get you 28 one day and show up today and get you 7. And he shoots even one more 3 on a day where the team overall shoots. We're one of the poorest shooting teams out there in the NBA, and we shoot 51% from behind the arc and 53% overall. And we end up losing. And that's a real tough thing for us to swallow because offensively, we're still challenged. We're still on the bottom 15 in the NBA in offense. And anytime we get that kind of production, where's the problem? Where's the issue? And today it was on the defensive and rebounding. We let you guys have 12 offensive rebounds, and that's still something we're terrible at as well. So these are things that continually be a problem for us. And on a day where we're shooting well, really well for us, it's a day you have to take advantage of, and we didn't get it done today. And all the credit goes to you guys as well.
What you got, Sean?
You know what, fellas? Tonight, I'm actually gonna cut Darvin Ham some slack. I
You're
don't
very,
think there
very
was
nice.
much. I don't think there was much he could have done tonight. Um, Luka made a lot of great plays. Darvin Ham isn't out there going after 50-50 balls. I noticed the Mavs were just so aggressive from the start as well. I kind of make up my mind about 5 minutes into a game where I think it might be headed, and I saw the Mavs being quite aggressive, both offensively and defensively. And normally, fellas, it's just a natural reaction to kind of reward that aggressiveness, especially in a competitive sport, because you respect the fact that they're willing to play within the rules, but playing effectively and rough enough to just walk that line. And I know people want to critique, Luka and SGA for um, following the rule book and taking advantage of the rules with these brush fouls a lot. Like usually those two fellas, Trey Young in the past, but not so much anymore because you fellas probably know this. Nobody flops like Trey Young offensively,
Maybe
but
maybe Embiid.
I
Might be the
stand
best.
corrected. Yeah, so that'd be your dynamic duo of the floppers, front court, back court, brother. But anyway, I digress. These brush fouls are part of the game. People just got to get used to it. I'm kind of tired of that yakking too because they just take advantage of it. It's part of the rule book, and they're just adept at it. And you just got to deal with it. You either defend it or you deal with it. And I mean, you could try and take Luka 1-on-1 this year, but I'm with King. He's just it feels like this guy's on another level. And you know what? I've picked Luka Doncic to win MVP at Lakers Fast Break every year I've been on with Gerald.
Sure.
He's finally gonna break through and win one. And yeah, I think it's this year because like you boys were saying, I mean, 17 assists tonight. He took he took 28 shots, had 33 points, 17 assists. It wasn't his most efficient night shooting the ball, but man, did he make the right plays. And
Mhm.
that's what MVPs do, man. They just make the right plays.
Do you know that Luka would be leading the league in scoring without free throws by far?
Yes. Yes, it's almost like on a Wayne Gretzky level. Like if you took away all of Wayne Gretzky's goals, he would still lead the NHL in all-time points. So
Yep.
it's just one of those breakthrough seasons. I think, gang, that he might break through Quicksilver. That's how crazy his offensive output has been thus far.
What do y'all need, man? What? I know you said shooting. Like, is that what y'all are gonna try to go after here and over the trade deadline? Because y'all know trade season starts here now, officially now, 2 more days.
Magic?
Yes, shooting is number one on the list. Absolutely.
Y'all getting Dereck Lively?
I hope not. I sure hope not, man. If that day happens, I will gladly come on We Talk Mavs after we lose about 7 of our next 10
Oh man.
and say this was a bad move because, I mean, at this point, I think trading offense for defense is likely necessary. So that likely means you're giving up probably Rui, and you're
Yeah.
probably giving up. You might have to give up Vando too, depending on the contracts. And I think that'd be a mistake, fellas, by the Lakers to trade up that defense for offense in that scenario. I like the team as currently constructed. I think that if you could add a point guard with a shooting touch or an off guard with a shooting touch and blend them into what you got, I would love it because so far the results on Cam, Vando, and AD are outstanding defensively. They are menaces out there. They really are. But there's not enough shooting. I
Right.
still think in a series with the Mavs or the Nuggets or the Suns right now, the Lakers still wouldn't have enough shooting. Gerald might disagree, but I think right now defensively we're good. It's just the shooting isn't up to snuff.
I have a question for him, bro. Well, Gerald, you want to answer? Did he?
Sure. No, I actually much of what what Sean is saying is correct. Need probably another rebound or two to be helpful because offensive rebounds we're getting killed on and we're one of the worst in the league at. But what I will tell you is that we're shooting wise again. Don't take today's game as something that we do normally. We're one of the worst shooting teams that's out there, and we do need to provide LeBron and AD a consistent number 3 player. Now, Austin Reeves has been playing like it at times, but it's at this point we still need someone from the outside that people respect in order to open up the lane even more because it's just simply we cannot get it done enough the way it is. And I'm thinking in a playoff series unless we find some consistent shooting, and that's something that we desperately need.
Would you guys as Lakers fans be interested in a Tim Hardaway Jr. or Jaden Hardy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If those guys get hot, yeah. I mean, you see tonight, you saw 5 of 10 from behind the arc with Tim Hardaway Jr. Okay. But the thing is, though, when it comes to the Mavs, we're looking up at the Mavs right now in the Western Conference. The Western Conference, you guys need to go ahead and start building up at some point when it gets to late January, early February, and start loading up yourselves because you're starting to think title run yourself.
Yeah, but we would like some deep defenders you guys maybe have. So that's why I'm like, we may have some guys because we're missing guys and we still shot a bunch of threes and all with you guys. So we have at times too many guys at the same positions, which kind of hurts the other guys. So I'm just wondering if there are other teams that are interested in some of our guys that we have on our team right now to see what the value is. So that's good to hear.
You think Cuban will actually deal with the Lakers?
I'd deal with the Lakers.
There's so many teams out there that don't want to deal with the Lakers for one reason or another. That it's sometimes really hard to make a move if you're the Lakers.
I think the last time we dealt with y'all was the Lamar Odom trade.
Yeah.
That was it. Because I was about to ask, would y'all be willing to part with a Vando or somebody like that?
Again, with Vando, the only thing is we always talk about it during the regular season. He could be such a big help for you defensively.
But
but the thing is, playoffs, he gets schemed. When you throw a lot of screens at him, plus also the fact he is a very inconsistent shooter, to be nice, as far as from the outside, and can almost at times playing like 4-on-5 on the offensive end. But he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, bar none. But there are ways to scheme him out of the game, and we saw that in the latter half of the Golden State series and in the Denver series as well.
Yeah, you're right. I remember there was a lot of people were talking about that, man. Talking about the fact that, like you said, he can get schemed out. He's not the same as he is. I thought he was going to work on his jump shot over the offseason, man. That way he could be some kind of a threat, so it won't be a 4-on-5 out there. At least work on corner threes. I don't understand why a lot of these guys who can't shoot won't just work on corner threes.
We're the worst shooting corner 3 team in the league, and it shows. With someone like him, but remember, he also had bursitis in his foot, so he is just getting back in the lineup. So whatever progress he made in the summer probably got washed away with the time he was out with that injury.
Because think about it. Remember PJ Tucker when he came into the league? He couldn't shoot. And what did he start on first? He started shooting corner threes. That's what Bruce Bowen did. That's how he made a name for himself. You got the defense and everything. Just work on corner threes and then work your way from there. What you say, Kenny?
I was just wondering if Rui was untouchable for you guys.
Oh, there is no untouchable. I've said this actually on the air on the Lakers corner the other day. Outside LeBron and AD, there should be no untouchable on this team, and that includes Austin Reeves, because Austin Reeves even has his flaws with this defensively, as Magical attests to. There's the reason why he was put back on the bench. So, anybody outside of LeBron and AD should not be untouchable, especially at the contracts, the reasonable mid-teens contracts that a lot of our players have.
Right.
You know what, King? It's interesting you say that. For some reason, it just feels that Rui is not Darvin Ham's cup of tea.
But, I mean, he helped y'all last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
He certainly did. He certainly, and it wasn't a bluff either. I know Taylor Jenkins said that they thought that game 1, when he was popping off in Memphis, that we're going to see if he could do it again. So he showed them in game 2 that it was no bluff and it was real. And yeah, man, I don't understand it. He plays 25 minutes for a 3-4 game stretch, and then Darvin Ham will play him maybe 15 minutes over the next 3
or less.
Or less. So, and I love Rui. And so, you know what, King? If the Mavs were kind of, lurking around with Rob Pelinka and asking about Rui for the right trade, I think Rui would flourish on a team like the Mavs. To be perfectly frank, I think if you put him on the wing with Luka, Dereck Lively, Josh Green, man, that's a lot of length. That's a lot of defense. That's a lot of excitement. So,
what is he making, Sean?
Rui, he is 17.
Ooh. You said Tim Hardaway?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's right there, right? Yeah.
Well,
so I mean,
I do a clean swap.
I might need to make that call.
Say this, that I don't think a lot of other, kind of what I remember what Rel was saying the last time he was on our pod, that a lot of people are tuning out to what the mainstream kind of has to say, and the mainstream Lakers will not talk about Rui being had, but Rui can't be had. I just want to know other fan bases out there that Rui can't be had. He's not untouchable.
Is he eligible to get traded though? Because then y'all just signed him back.
The only Lakers player I believe who is not tradable is Jared Vanderbilt. Correct,
Yes.
Gerald?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Even AD, who signed that big extension, is eligible to be traded as of February the 6th, but Jared Vanderbilt is not because he signed his extension so late.
That Rui, I'm pondering that right now.
Man, you gotta find a way to get him because I know right now, Hoop Hype had dropped a rumor, King. I don't know if you saw it. Oh, I think I sent it to you. I don't think I sent it to you. I think I did. About Mavs might be looking at Kuzma.
Yeah. I was thinking Rui would be a baby Kuzma in a way.
That's what I was thinking when he said that. I was like,
Tim Hardaway Jr. I trade, and he could be. He may not be the price. He had the price. So I'm saying he may not be the greatest guy, but I think he can be maybe the third best scorer on our team.
Well, I was
without
saying,
the ego.
coming into the season, which Rui are you going to get? Are you going to get the inconsistent Rui that shot 30% from behind the arc for his 4 seasons in Washington, or are you going to get someone that was the player that was like on fire for those weeks in the playoffs? And I said, if you could get somewhere in between, that's a pretty damn good rotation player for you. And if that's the case, so far in the limited amount of time that we've seen him, he shot. Well, at one time before he got his concussion and his broken nose, he was shooting 43% from behind the arc. So if you give him a chance and allow him to get into a rhythm, I think that he would be absolutely someone that could really do some good for you on a regular basis.
What does his minutes look like? He getting consistent minutes?
No,
Inconsistent. He got 9, I think, in that Saturday Cup game, and if it's an up-tempo team or whatnot, actually Ham has a tendency to not play him. If it's a team that's more physical, whatnot, he has a tendency to play him a little bit more. But he never plays more than 25 minutes. Usually, is what. In fact, 15 to 20 this season is what we've seen him play. Magic Man's right for that.
And Luka will give him them LeBron-like passes.
There you go.
Luka made a ridiculous no-look pass. I mean, King mentioned the name of my icon as far as basketball is concerned. That's Irvin Magic Johnson. That was magic. Like
you talking the one he threw around Jackson Hayes
look wrap around
left-handed.
I don't even know how he did
it. Left-handed.
If I squinted, that was magic. Like
it was left-handed.
Hey, you heard him ask him how did he know he was over there?
He said as long as he hit
he couldn't see him.
If I stand where y'all are, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm like, Jesus, boy.
Said, I know where everybody's spots are. And he said, if you're at your spot, I'm going to find you.
Man, that's crazy.
That's
I'm
IQ,
with you,
bro.
I'm with you.
Some of our players don't have that. It's IQ.
No, man.
Hey, can I ask something of your chat real quick, guys? I'm sorry. My apologies. As regards to the Draymond Green thing, how many games do you think he'll be suspended this time around?
Great question. We just asked that in our group chat. King said he think 10.
I think 10. Yeah, I said.
Yeah, Sean said 10 too. Yeah,
10?
I literally just saw it before we started. King was telling me about it. I was catching up on our messages, and I seen my group talking about it, and looked on Twitter. You already know where to go. Go on Twitter. They'll show you the video. I don't know what Draymond was doing on that one, bro. That's
man. He tripping.
Draymond wilding, man. Draymond wilding. Like you got to get at least. We had 5 games. Yeah, Precision said 5 games last. Yeah, bro. You gotta get 10. You gotta get at least 10.
I hope he's good at home, man. Somebody need to talk to him because he's wilding. Like I know Draymond is Draymond. You know he's a wild player. He does wild things at times, but he's tripping right now. So something.
6'9", 270, just drilling you in the face, man.
And he just got back.
Yeah,
he just got back, and he has a reputation from Jordan Poole last year. Like it's just stacking on top of each other over and over and over again. It's like,
would y'all be surprised if he had more than 10?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going, but I don't. You can't give him around 20, But the crazy thing is that he's about to compete with Ja Morant, and he's in season. As far as adding up all these games,
that's insane. And I will say this: for once, Steve Kerr cannot excuse this behavior. That was a closed fist punch. He knew what he was doing. He squared up on him, and he deserves what he gets.
Put all his might into that one, man.
Yeah, and they just cannot overcome his mistakes. These dumb things. They no longer have the team that they once did to overcome. I mean, tonight, how much did they lose by? 3.
Yeah,
how many technical free throws did they probably shoot?
Right,
there you go.
Right.
Because of that.
2 or 3. Yeah.
You got what is it? Bob Myers. That's why Bob Myers leaves. Left.
I was just about to say that.
He left because of the situation they're in right now. They signed Draymond to that $20 million a year contract or whatever, and they have to give a decision about Clay. And I don't think he wanted to be the guy that was associated with saying I broke up the big 3 with the championship dynasty or whatever. So I think he decided he had to leave. Like that's the smartest decision to do instead of being the guy to say, "Hey Clay, you got to bounce," or Dre, you got to leave. I don't think he wanted that on his conscience.
Y'all see Draymond staying on the Golden State past the trade deadline?
They gonna get rid of him and Clay? You saying both of them this their last years?
There's nobody that would want Draymond. I think they're stuck with Draymond now.
How many years he got left?
He just signed an extension.
Okay.
Did he get 4?
Yeah, he got 4.
4?
Yeah, I think he got 4. He got 4 for 80, didn't he?
They're locked in.
Was it with Myers though, or with Dunleavy? That's the thing.
I think Myers gave it to him though,
and then on the way, bye.
Yep, I think Myers gave it to him and then bounced.
He did.
You might be right. You might be right.
Myers gave it to him and then left.
You're right, King. He did. He offered the extension to him and then he did.
I'm telling you, Myers got out of there. He said, "I don't want to be the guy," because it was about to be failure. He sees what's about to happen. It's about
the village is about to be torched. I'm
about to
taking
be done.
my horse out of here.
We're talking about right now that it may be Steph next year without either one of his sidekicks. Like that's wild to say.
Chris Paul is playing absolutely terrible.
I think the right team, I think the right team who would be interested would ask about Clay. It wouldn't shock me if they trade them because let me ask you something, fellas. He's looking at 30. Would you give him 30 a year now?
No, but if I was a team that wanted to go up the contract, I'd trade for him for this year, though.
Yes, sir.
I think
that's where the value is. I think if the right team picked him up, I think he would be a boon to a championship team.
I can see that. Like you're not the guy anymore. You just be a piece. You
want a game 6 Clay. You want the chance to have a game 6 Clay. That's what you want. So like he doesn't have to do anything. He's a guy now where I know what Klay Thompson is. So if I can get him at any time, it's better than a lot of players I have. So I was talking about that here with the Mavs as well. Like if we had enough contracts, we can get off the books and just get Klay. Because Klay is still a knockdown shooter. Like to have him beside Luka Doncic would still be You feel me? Like to see something like that, but he makes like I think 40.
You said Grant Williams and Exum. What you said?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he makes too much, man. I can't give up to him.
No, I'm talking about you said knock down shots.
Oh yeah,
with Luka. I was gonna say Derek. You talking about Derek Jones?
Grant, yeah, Derek Jones Jr.
Especially considering the fact, and some people are gonna get used to this fact coming up. The Warriors don't own their own pick this year. So
you said they don't?
They do not.
Ooh,
They do not.
I didn't know that.
They'd be looking to grab a sweetener. So I think King's right. I think if you sent out like the right kind of nibbles, if you were the right team, they would part with them.
They want the draft pick.
Yeah, they want they want
if they can get a draft pick, they'll take the contracts and all to get a draft pick. Yeah,
man. So I've been seeing like a lot of rumors and stuff tied to Golden State. They talking like Golden State could just make these massive moves and stuff, man, and all this. I'm like, so now you're telling me they don't even own their pick this year. So I wonder how they're gonna do that.
And I don't think they're gonna flip Chris Paul like they did D'Lo.
No, I don't think they're gonna be able to do that.
So
not this time around, right, Gerald?
That's right.
I think it's about over. I don't want to say it's over until it's over because every time I think
ended the dynasty in the playoffs. Don't worry about it.
You probably did. Because every time I think they're done, they don't, and it's like, oh, here they come again. But I think they're done. But until I see it, I'm not gonna say it's done.
Yeah, I think I'm somewhat confident to say that it's probably done, bro.
I think it is, but I can't.
I'm just watching it on Twitter. Their Twitter's ruthless. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, we know. Yeah, we definitely know.
Absolutely ruthless on them. Yeah, but he's 20 games. I think Rambo Gamble is going to be right. I'd have 20 games. I would see that.
But you know what?
Bro, if he get 20 games, boy. Ooh.
If he gets 20 games, they're going to try to trade him. They're stuck with these contracts now, man.
Who would take him?
Yeah, what does Steph do? Like that?
Why did they sign him to 4 years though? That's crazy.
Because he's Draymond Green, man.
Boy, that's crazy. I don't know. I thought it was like 3 or something.
It was 4.
We signed Kyrie for less than Draymond. You understand it? As far as years,
the only reason we're talking about this possible F-15 pulling the parachute is because they missed badly on an important draft.
Yep. They had a number 2 pick in their dynasty run. Yep.
And you evaluated James Wiseman ahead of Mo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton, and Lord knows we could add a couple more names, but those are the 2 at the top of the list.
Sean, you said Detroit Pistons. Man, with Darko Milicic.
Oh, yes, brother. That's a good comp.
Yep.
That's a good comp. That's a dynasty that just kind of shriveled up.
Probably could have been. Yep.
Bro, they raisin in the sun.
They had three pieces that they were going to try to build around behind the big 3 of the Golden State. It was you could throw in. You want to throw in Moody in there too? You can kind of throw him in there too. But Kuminga, you can throw in like you said Wiseman, and oh my God, Jordan Poole.
Man.
Frank, jeez. I don't think they will never move Steph. Chase, you might as well just close the Chase Center down.
Yeah,
he's the guy who built the Chase Center.
Like Steph gonna have to go. I mean, Steph gonna have to go in himself and say, "I want to leave."
Yeah, he had to demand a trade. Yeah, he would have to say, "Please send me somewhere else so I can leave in my career to go try it again."
That might be the case.
But they won't do it. They will never.
Clay is different, but not Steph.
Yeah, not Steph. I definitely don't see that, man.
I don't know, Melissa. You take a look at it on there. I just been watching it for the past 5 minutes on Twitter. That he looked like he went down, leaned in.
Yeah, like Sean said, you know he's behind him. He knew he's behind him. It's the same thing he did with the kick to the groin, man. Like he knew what he was doing.
Okay,
acting like he was like flinging and all that. No, bro, he knew what he was doing.
Okay, so it isn't a contract year on Dak. Okay. Good. Thank you. I didn't know that for sure. So thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. Well, no, because I'm wondering, Dak has just did great for the Cowboys. I have him on in fact, I got him off the waiver wire and he's been playing at an MVP level. Everybody knows this. And I didn't know he's been such an up and down ride for you guys and you fans out there for the Cowboys that, I could see why a lot of people still don't like him, even though he's playing at such a high level. So I wanted to know if is he playing well because it's a contract year, but that's the case, and it's not,
I think he got like 2 more years left.
Daniel says 2 years left. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
give him credit. He's found his game. So give him credit on that. So yeah.
You want to take some of these questions, King?
I mean, I
got the guys here.
I'll ask you how you want to tackle this.
Yeah, we can take a few of them. Huh? Oh yeah, you want to get a game ball too?
I'm gonna give it. Well, let Lakers fast break. Give a game ball to somebody on the Lakers.
Magic Man, who you got?
I'm gonna give it to one LeBron James.
I give it to AD personally, because coming off that 40-point, we're expecting, because he's been so inconsistent offensively. He came back strong, and to come back with a 37-point game like he did, 11 rebounds, he did his job. He just needs some help inside in regards to rebounding and things of that nature. Yeah, I'd give it to AD.
A couple things. I see y'all got AD playing center finally. And 2, it looks like he was out there limping, so AD's hurt again.
When is he not?
Looks like he re-aggravated the groin injury.
When is he not?
Is he playing this game?
It's a back-to-back too, yeah.
It's back-to-back, that's right. And we know for a fact that Wemby has said he's looking for AD. He's looking for AD. He said that. He was asked a couple of the guys he wants to dunk on, and it was AD and LeBron. So, look, fellas, I'm going to be honest with you. I know a lot of Laker fans aren't going to like this, but I'm just going to say it because it's the truth. The Spurs have lost 17 in a row.
It's the worst.
You do not want to be that team.
Yeah.
Yep.
The trap game.
Want to be that team.
In San Antonio, too?
Yes. Both games are in San Antonio.
Can you guys beat them without LeBron and AD?
No, I'm not going to say yes because we did that last year. Okay, one of the most famous shows we've ever done last year, I don't know if anybody wants to look up in our archives, was a game against Houston where we didn't have LeBron and AD sat out that game. It was a back-to-back situation, Memphis and Houston. He played in Memphis great. They sat him down the next night in Houston, and we lost by about, I think, 4 points, 4 or 5 points. Joe Soro, who was so mad about tonight's game, who could not come on tonight. If you want to see him at peak Joe anger level, yes. Let's put it this way. I was actually out in the, I was hosting the show from a hotel room. He was so loud, hotel security knocked on my door because of him. He was, so if you look that up, it's on the Lakers Fast Break. It is a classic Joe rant. It's probably top 3 Joe rants of all time. Then today was medium Joe rant today on today's show. Yes.
Man, what show was that, man? It was a one-man Joe. Oh no, I know it was the first time we played y'all. I watched our show, man. Joe was in there renting that show, man. I was like, man, he was just blaming everybody, man. He's blaming LeBron that game. I'm like, LeBron was the one that really kept me out of the game. What you talking about? But yeah, man, Joe, he's passionate, man. He's definitely passionate.
He is that indeed. We love him here on the show, and our fan base absolutely loves him. In fact, it's so weird how we actually get more popular in our losses a lot of times because they actually because of the rants.
Yep, we know how that is. We know how that is.
Who you giving the game ball to, real?
No, who you giving it to?
Oh, I gotta go first. Wow.
Yeah, go ahead, go first.
I'm gonna give it to Luka. I really wanted to give it to Exum, but
I'm
gonna give it to Luka because I feel like Luka Doncic on the court tonight matched Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
No, I'm gonna do a cop out. Exum does get it first. You're right. But I'm gonna give it to a few other people too, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Dereck Lively with his impact in the paint. Definitely give it to him. Grant Williams, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Then we had Tim Hardaway. Got to give it to him too.
Yes, sir.
So yeah. Oh yeah, and then of course, one Luka, Deron, Doncic out there doing his thing, man. So those are the guys, man. I had to highlight there, but game ball does go to Luka, man, with his MVP. Well, now you know what? You gave it to Luka. I'm gonna give it to Dante Exum. So
it seems like his game has just gone to another level since becoming a father. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Shout out to baby Gabriella.
Luka's flirting with shooting 40% from three and getting them free throws close to 80%. So,
Sound like you said MVP, but I couldn't hear you.
sorry, I think I did.
But yeah, man, let's go ahead and knock out some of these here. Can you find the super chats for me?
Yeah, quick? I got you. You want to just say your little spiel? I got you.
Yeah.
You know, so we normally do super chats first and all that.
Yeah, super chats, guys. This is like a untraditional show today. We're just gonna knock out a few of the questions in the comments, y'all. All right, David with the $4.99 don't know. So Dante sent them to the Inferno. Can't believe he actually making up for Kyrie's production. What a dub for Nico. Yeah. Shout out to Nico, man. Like I said, you got Dante Exum and Dereck Jones Jr. for a bottle cap, a used napkin, and a small order of McDonald's fries.
I thought they were Arby's.
Wait, hold on. Was it Arby's? He might have been Arby's. The little crinkly fries. Might have been that.
Appreciate you, David.
Appreciate you, man. Got the other one there. Coy, $4.99 don't know. He's a Glow Yard member. He says, much love, guys and guests. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Coy.
All right. That is all of them?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get to a few of these questions. We might not get to everybody's questions and comments tonight, guys. We do apologize. We're going to get to a few of them here.
All right. Noah says Luka has to be the MVP, number one ranking spot after his game. 17 assists with only 4 turnovers and with a couple clutch shots in the fourth. Yes.
Yeah, they're going to start. I think, like you said, tomorrow they're going to start talking about him in the conversation now.
It kind of helps that the Lakers won the in-season tournament, too. I'm not going to lie. Noah says Exum is definitely getting that max, and this is one player I hope we re-sign. Yes. He ain't getting the max, but I hope.
Yeah, I don't know about the max. But...
He has a non-guaranteed. I looked it up during the chat.
Yeah,
because they were asking because he has a non-guaranteed team option for next year. $3 million.
Yeah.
So
a team option.
Next year.
It's non-guaranteed, so I'm assuming that's a team option.
It would if it's non-guaranteed. It would have to be team option. Okay.
So I think we might pick it up.
Sport Track doesn't list it as a player option. It just says non-guaranteed. So I'm assuming that's a team option. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll probably pick it up.
Nico.
Save money, yeah.
Gerald, well, I believe on the other hand, Cam Reddish is a potential unrestricted free agent, correct?
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
All the Lakers signings.
See, this is how it works. This is how it works.
Noah says Nikola Jokic got thrown out for no reason. Even Bulls fans were booing. I wish the refs would understand more people. People ain't paying to watch y'all. Yes.
Man, I don't know how y'all feel. Actually, no, I know how y'all feel. Y'all heard talk about it before, but these referees are trash, man. These referees are trash.
That sentiment is universal, I think, amongst all fan shows. Yes.
Karim says Lively with a clutch block at the end. What a game for him as well, even though he had to play soft D on AD because of foul trouble.
I thought AD had to play a little soft D on Lively at times, fellas. Just his athleticism and his ability to crater that paint sometimes.
Yeah. Lively was making a couple of jump hooks as well. I was like, feed him.
Hey,
that's what I was feeling.
But I should have asked you that. You happy now, King? He's finding what you asked him to find, man.
Find something. Him, man.
See, and that's why, like, when I see him with that jump hook and what he can do defensively, he reminds me a lot of Marcus Camby.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say Kareem.
Oh man, oh man, no, we ain't going that far.
What
hey, you're talking about former defensive player of the year, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not.
He's like with that hook and the defense. I was like, okay, who you got? Yeah.
Fact says, how about them MF and Mavs? I'm glad the world got to see us beat the irrelevant and seasoned bummies. Be nice, Facts. Healthy, I might add. Meanwhile, Kai sitting with Nico plotting to trade Exum for Prez. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about that when I saw him up there.
Yeah.
I was like, what y'all talking about up there?
Noah says the Lakers were playing their best, and we still want one with no Kyrie and no Dereck Jones Jr.
No DJJ, man.
Nancy said, hey, guys, great team win. What up, Nancy? She said, I was a little rough on the bench there for a bit, but it is a back-to-back, so you got to give these guys grace. So glad that Grant and Tim played today. Yes.
Matter of fact, when's our next game, bro?
I think you play Minnesota.
What's today?
Probably Thursday.
Wait, we do. Oh, play Minnesota.
We're
Yeah,
gonna win
no
that
one
game.
wants to play
We're gonna win.
Minnesota right now.
Minnesota, the Pelicans exposed them.
Yeah,
Fact said,
they did.
finally, no Dwight siding praise Allah. And yeah, Tim had 30 plus, but he still did some things that irritate my soul. And Grant played like he knew his role was being questioned. LOL, great win. Yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad with Tim Hardaway Jr. You know that facts.
And Grant played like he was healthy finally.
Yep. Grant looked like the Grant we saw at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy says, do you think Luka can finally get play of the week for the West yet? Exum was outstanding. He should finally get it.
Man, you see his numbers in December?
Yeah, but he almost averaged in the 36-point triple double.
It's going to be him or Kawhi because the Clippers are on a 5-game win streak.
Ooh.
I feel like it should be Luka because Kyrie isn't playing. And they're undefeated.
Oh, no, I
Why
agree with you. I'm just telling you, in the eyes of the vote, whoever votes on that thing, it's, that they see what's the shiniest object right there. And the Clippers, winning 5 in a row. Yeah.
Thomas says, love seeing Powell and Christian Wood roll tonight. DMP CD looks great on them. Dallas held him back, though. Yeah.
Man, I was bro, you don't know how happy I was when I found out that Rashawn Holmes was the second center of the game.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you, man. Kid finally learning, man. And he did it at the right time, too.
Yep.
Joe with the $4.99 don't know he's a Glow Yard member. He says big thanks to our guests and our hosts for arranging involvement, quality programming. Appreciate it, Joe. Appreciate you, man.
I've just got to give pretty big props to you guys. You guys have absolutely class act all the way. You've done it. Your show is great. The presentation is awesome. And, we hope to aspire to be at your guys' level with your audience and everything, because you guys just do such a tremendous job. I mean, there's a reason why you guys are as successful this late at night and have such a big crowd, is because of the great work that you guys continue to do.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Joe. Appreciate you. I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought we started this late. I thought we weren't gonna have that many people. That'd be a short show.
No, they love your show. It's apparent. They love your show.
Nah, we appreciate the Glow Yard, man. We definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Nancy says, does anyone know how Kai is doing? I saw the news that came out that he's on crutches and in a walking boot. So excited about these wins, but I really hate that Luka is having to log 44 plus minutes.
Well, I mean, King just told me he had a boot on, so I mean, I'm not too happy about that. But
I think he may have had it off when he was up there with
Yeah,
That's why
I gotta be honest. When I saw him sitting up in the suite, I didn't see a boot on.
Yeah, I think he had his regular shoes on when he was.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think the fellas could check, but I think Sports Illustrated for the Mavs said that they're looking at maybe the next game or two for the pain to subside.
Nice. And she said 44 plus minutes a game in order to get wins, because you saw when he was out for that little bit of stretch, we lost the lead. Without Kai here to spot his minutes, I don't want Luka to be worn down. Yes, Nancy, I don't want him to be worn down as well. We're missing a bunch of people, though.
Yeah, we really don't have no choice. We don't have another option.
MVP Luka right now. Headband Luka, Dad Luka.
Welcome to our world with LeBron.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I had said before the season I was in love with this NBA Cup process, because the winner or whoever had to go to Las Vegas to play an extra game.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the Lakers did it just to spite me. And you have a 38-year-old player playing an extra game plus AD playing an extra game. At some point in time, I still think that you cannot burn the candle at both ends. I still think at some point in time, the Lakers will end up having to rest them because of what they're doing right now. And same thing with Dallas and Luka. At some point in time, you're going to have to try and find some minutes on the bench, or at least some time off for them. And just, even if it's sacrificing a game or two, I think both Dallas and Lakers have to look into it.
The good thing about us, though, is hopefully Kyrie will get back at some point, and then he can switch places with Luka when Luka needs the time to off.
Well, you know what? They asked Luka, I think, about that after the game, and he said he don't want to miss a game.
Oh, he doesn't want. He's trying to get the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
This is his year right here, so he's going to try to play as many. And he's 24. Like, let's keep it real. LeBron will be 39 in 2 weeks.
He said LeBron.
And you remember they went into the season trying to think that they were going to put LeBron on a minutes restriction.
Yeah.
That went for one game.
I'm about to say, like, I don't even think they put that into motion. Man.
First game one, and that was it. I mean, a couple of blowouts. He got some easy time, but yeah, it's for the most part, it's like tonight, 35.
I see what y'all doing, though, Gerald. I see what y'all doing. Instead of cutting his minutes back, you're taking him off the ball. They got D'Lo at the point guard right now. He's. I saw that today. I was like, okay, I see what y'all doing.
Yeah, which isn't the greatest thing in the world. Having him as your primary ball handler.
Yeah, that's a good point.
LeBron,
great facilitator.
LeBron is doing some unbelievable things, though, man. To be, like I said, almost 39. I'm a couple years younger than him, and my body hurts me almost every day. I know, right? So to be like
every time I move around, something popping.
39, and they're having conversations now about him still being a top 5 player in the NBA. Like that's silly, man. So yeah, big kudos to LeBron. Thomas says Holmes is unequivocally the backup center. Crash test dummy can sit down there with Cuban since he's so fond of him. Let's be nice. Come on, Thomas. Not today. We got gas.
You knew it was coming.
We've got our crowd too. No worries.
Mm-hmm.
No worries.
Thomas also says refs equals boo-boo water.
And by the way, I'll just say this for the chat. I would take Dwight Powell over Damian Jones every day and twice on Sunday.
Call it in. Call it in. I heard him.
Right now.
Let's get it right now. Let's get this.
Nico. Get it done now.
Right now. Here we go. Got the paperwork right here. Let's get it done.
Right now.
I heard him.
Martin says Lakers plus.
Hey, y'all, a matter of fact, before you go on, King, y'all know why Kyrie is hurt right now?
Because of Dwight Powell.
Yep. Martin says Lakers plus refs couldn't stop Luka Magic tonight. Another so-called best defensive team destroyed. Looking forward to that Timberwolves matchup. Yeah, I think we can beat the Timberwolves. I ain't gonna say it. Hold on, one game at a time because I know how it goes. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. One game at a time.
Hey, if it happens, y'all blame King. I didn't do it.
Nah. I said one game at a time. Stop. Thomas said Timmy had a 30 spot. Better extend him. For real though, the Mavs look solid, and I'm seeing immaculate vibes. Keep it rolling, boys. Appreciate you, Thomas.
Yeah, I think we're starting to catch our stride right now.
Yeah, I think we are. Shout out to Shaq. Shout out to the Lakers legend Shaq saying the Mavericks will win the championship this year before the season started.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did say that.
I forgot about that.
He did say that.
Div says, Lakers people, what would it take to get LeBron to the Mavs this year? How about some good young talent, Green and Hardy, plus a first and a second? Would you guys trade LeBron, though?
Gerald?
No way. I didn't. The thing is, okay, if he wanted to be traded, yeah, but there's no way. It's similar to Curry. There's no way the team would even entertain that unless he walked into Jeannie Buss's office and said, I want to go.
Yeah,
he moved to LA to be part of that Hollywood lifestyle, to be the production company. He sees his future beyond what the game is going to be for him, and when he finally ends it, he wants to know what his life, similar to what Kobe Bryant did, what his life is going to be like after the game of basketball is for him. So that's why he moved to Los Angeles. That's why he picked the Lakers, primarily. That was his motivation. And even if I wanted to trade him, I don't think he, unless he came to knocked on the office of Jeannie Buss, he's not going to be traded anytime soon.
Ain't this last year's contract?
So are you guys worried you lose him?
No, not really. Because at 38, 39, how much more LeBron are you going to get left? And if the Lakers can't provide a team around him that's going to get him all the way to the title, you want to see his last years left as a player, despite the fact he's loved and hated by seemingly so divisive by so many people out there. You want to see his career end on his terms and, not languish anywhere. So if the Lakers can't provide a championship team around him and he wants to go somewhere, by all means, I think he's earned it. He's earned that right.
Well, Gerald, let me ask you a question then, because I think one answers the next. If Bronny James plays above expectations for the USC Trojans, does he redeclare?
I wouldn't declare it. With the heart issue, I'd stay the year in college.
Okay.
See how it goes. Maybe another year in college, and then there you go. I don't know. Bryce would be a year behind him, even if that's the case, if I'm not mistaken.
Because, gentlemen, I'm not sure if you've had a chance to listen to a Bose commercial that was released a few weeks ago that's narrated by Miss Savannah James. And it's alluded to by Savannah that LeBron wants to play with both Bronny and Bryce.
Well, I said this.
Oh yeah, I think he said that a while. Not a while back, but yeah, he said it about a month ago.
Yeah, it's a plan.
It's a plan that he's got now.
Are you guaranteeing the draft, Bronny?
No,
I mean, you'd have to, King. Like, I mean, if
he's going to stay on the Lakers, you guys might have to, right?
Yeah, it's such a
exactly.
PR nightmare, and the Lakers do not want PR nightmares. They don't want.
Oh my God! Can you imagine the Lakers passed on Bronny James? Oh,
Lakers,
man!
God,
so is that the way? Is that the way the Lakers
might...
trade him without trading him? Just don't draft Bronny James, knowing he's going to walk probably if that happens.
Gerald,
I mean, it all depends what kind of player you have.
Great question.
It's a great question. It
Bro,
all
how many
depends on
years does Oh, my bad. Sorry, Gerald. My bad.
No, it all depends exactly what kind of player you have at the end of the year. I mean, if he's still the best player that you have on the team, if he's still one of the 10 best players like he's playing right now, how can you let him go? How can you let him walk? But I don't think Bronny James is going to be playing in the NBA this upcoming draft. I think he would have to wait and just let him develop, get some games in for a USC team that's mediocre right now, and get them, get him another year under his belt. That heart ailment set him back a season, pretty much is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
What was I about to ask? I was going to ask, how long do y'all think LeBron has left?
I think LeBron will pitch you 45.
I think he can too. That's the crazy part.
Bryce is the key. Bryce, I think, is the better of the two sons. Even before Bronny's ailment, he was the better of the two sons. I think he's always wanted to play with both his sons. I don't think it was always about Bronny. I think, like Magic Man said, and I had said this back in the summer, that I think it's always about Bryce, because Bryce is the better of the two James boys. I think he's, as far as the sons are concerned, he is the better of the two kids, and I think that it's going to be something where he's going to play with both of them. But I think Bryce has probably the better future of the two, but I think he's going to play till, like you said, about 45, which would cover both of them. Unless something happens, God forbid. So
he definitely, I think he's going to get the 40,000 points. He wants to be that guy that gets the 40,000.
Yeah,
I think that he gets to 23 years because Vince Carter has 22, right? Yeah. That's the longest. Is Vince Carter correct with 22 years?
It's not Willis, Kevin Willis.
I think Kevin was 21.
I think it's 21.
I think Kevin Willis was 21. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Vince might have it with 22.
Yeah,
I think that's
wait, hold on. Kevin might have been 22.
I thought it was Vince. I thought that was
off the top of my head. I don't know, guys.
Kevin Willis. I know he's one of the guys. Is like
one up there or whatever.
I think
last year he played with us. Matter of fact, remember that kid?
I think it's Vince Carter.
Yeah, it is. It's Vince Carter
with 22 years. Yeah, so
Robert Parrish is number 2.
Yep.
And then Kevin Willis, Mr. Kevin Willis. So yeah.
Okay.
So, yes, I agree. I agree.
Hamda Hooper. Bryce, I'm not saying Bryce is better than LeBron. I'm saying he's better than Bronny.
Bronny.
He's going to be taller than Bronny. And
he looks like LaMelo.
Athletically, I think he's a little bit more gifted. From what I've seen, I've seen as far as the games that he's played. He just seems. Plus, I think he's a little bit more consistent outside shooter at the same point as far as their development. And I've talked to a lot of draft experts. Rafael Barlow, who just such a great draft expert. Stone Hansen, who's been on the show, and they've all pointed a little bit and leaned a little bit more towards Bryce. Now, mind you, once they get into the league, it's a crapshoot. It could be the other way around. But I'm just telling you what they see now and what I've seen now as well. So
Bryce is tall, like you said. Bryce is taller too. So
I think Bronny gonna be 6'6". I think Bronny gonna be a defensive machine though.
Oh, again, DivX Ray, it's he has the choice. Remember, he's a free agent, I believe, at the end of the season, so he has the ability to go ahead and do whatever it is he wants. But leaving the lifestyle of LA, does he want to do that? That's the question. So.
Div says, for us to win this game shorthanded says a lot about this team. We are one player away from being contenders.
I agree with that statement.
I'm just curious on what kind of trade we can make.
Smoke. We at the Lakers fast break, we feel the Mavs are one score away from popping.
Div says, can you ask the Lakers fans what they think of Luka? Well, there you go.
I mean, Magic said, he's right now is his favorite as MVP. I don't think he's much lower than that for me. I mean, top three right now, playing at a level that you're seeing right now, that's not many can match. And if that's the case, you have to put him, as long as the Mavericks can stay in the top three in the West. You got to put him in as a top three in the MVP race, no
And,
less.
and what amazed me, fellas, is that during the truncated timeline there we had with what was going on a few years ago, Luka's performance with Slovenia in the Olympics was astounding. You talk now, all due respect to the great country of Slovenia, produced a few good basketball players, none like Luka Doncic, but Sasha Vlasic and the Dragic brothers aside, that team was hard to watch without him,
Yeah.
and he almost took them all the way to the podium, putting up Oscar Robertson numbers.
He was one block
Oscar
away.
Roberts, yeah,
One block
yeah,
away from
that
winning.
was so. That was the moment when you look at it like, damn, like there's one of one.
I really think Luka should get the benefit of the doubt this year, though, because of Kyrie missing games. I feel like that should work. I'm hoping that works in his favor this year. Like, he's a top 3 seed, and Kyrie's been missing games. Like, the Joker or whatever has his squad still. Giannis has Dame. Maxi's emergence with Embiid. You feel me? Tatum has a team of guys beside him, and Luka has been winning games with the squad we saw today. Nobody saw Dante Exum doing what Dante Exum has been doing.
Hey,
DJ.
just won the last game with a couple of G leaguers.
Exactly, and it just keeps happening. So I just think this is his year. As long as we can stay a top 3 seed, like you said, I think this is the one where it's his first one where he's just a top 3 seed, and it's like it's yours. Let's go.
It reminds me very reminiscent of Kobe's 07-08 season, where Powell came on midway through, but he still won the MVP because it was basically him for 40 games with a lot of bench players. So to me, very similar. Although I mean, it was, as King has said, like that when you're talking about like being a combination of a Larry Bird, a Kevin Durant, a Michael Jordan offensively, I mean, we're talking about like video game numbers.
Can I just, if I may, my apologies. Can I just answer a couple questions in the chat? Just tremendous questions. You got a great chat here. That's awesome. Gina, when it comes to D'Lo, he is inconsistent. I mean, there was a reason why Minnesota traded him, because they found out that their numbers, they were better off with him on the bench than with him on the floor. Even though at the time he was shooting above 40% from 3. With the Lakers, he's been better, but still he is a defensive liability. And as we talked about in the playoffs, he does get schemed against. Against Memphis, he was great. He gave us bursts of scoring that we really truly needed. But you saw in Denver, they, like Vanderbilt, they schemed him and they targeted him. And unless, he somehow figures that out on that end of the floor, it's always going to be an issue with him. He's a much better passer than people realize, and a little bit better playmaker. But the thing is, his shot has to be working for him. He has to find that aggressiveness. And as long as he keeps that aggressiveness, he's fine. But you saw games like tonight where he's gone. He's just totally invisible out there. And, if we had some kind of consistency from him at all, if he even gets 12 points for us, we win the game. But, in a game like this where you need just one more person to step up, he is not always there for us. And so that's why when I know when Lakers fans talk about a consistent third option for us that's not named Austin Reeves, I think that's what they talk about. And I know Frank, his question was, who do you think the Mavs should trade for? I think you need more size. I honestly think you need more size to help out Luka. I know you guys got a great array of shooters and scorers that can go ahead and help out Luka on the perimeter, but I think you do need more size and more defensive ability around the basket.
I have a friend of mine who said that the Kings, the Hawks, and the Mavs have a lot of scouts at Raptors games. So we all know who the two guys are from the Raptors who certain teams covet. And man, if the Mavs got OG,
Or Siakam.
Either or, yeah.
We said that too.
Either
We
or.
said that too.
they're one of those dudes you put in that starting lineup, and
That's
that
a wrap.
ferocious.
The thing is, though, you'd have to sign like Siakam to a hefty contract. Are you willing to go ahead and commit to
That's a good question.
Contract for Pascal? That
31. He's 31
team
too. Yeah, that's a good question.
I think I'd rather take the chance on. That's difficult, man.
Yeah, because I know we had Pascal with the team right now.
So a lot of people. Let me tell you something, guys. A lot of people want to focus on OG's drop in production a little bit, but he's still a decent to very, very good 3-point shooter, and especially in an offense with Luka Doncic, and he is a shutdown defender. If you look at his individual stats, he's locked down Anthony Edwards. He's locked down Devin Booker this year.
Booker?
Yeah, he's taken on the challenge of the team's best perimeter player. Well, basically just shooting threes. So he's pretty much the 3-and-D guy. I think if you guys picked up somebody like that, or heaven forbid, the guy we lost, Alex Caruso.
Oh man!
Because Alex Caruso is the Fabergé egg every team wants. I think.
Sean, we basically need a point of attack guy, a guy that can defend LeBron, and OG will be that guy that we can have that'll slow down LeBron for us. As far as like LeBron can't always have 38 points and almost having a triple double or something like that. We'd slow him down when he's not always getting to the rim on us. That's why we love OG on this team.
Man, we had OG with Lively behind him.
Oh man,
that'd be stupid. Boy, Jesus, yeah.
This for you guys too. Cam the Hooper. Shout out to Cam. He says, "Lakers fast break. Can we get Jackson Hayes?"
You know what? Jackson Hayes has been a surprise this year. He really has.
Still doesn't get extended minutes, so he doesn't have full faith from the coach yet. I mean, you see him max 15 minutes out there. Usually it's under 10, but he does produce usually in the short times he's out there. It's I know that people are happy now that he's in the rotation and Christian Wood isn't. So he's out there. He provides you some athleticism, but he's got, as long as you utilize him correctly. And that's the thing with all these rotation guys, like Exum for you guys. He finds the right organization. It's all about these rotation guys finding the right organization that is able to utilize them. Like Cam Reddish, 3 other teams could not find a home, was very inconsistent. He finds a place with the Lakers, and they find a way to utilize his skills properly. But then again, there's how many ex-Lakers are out there flourishing on other teams at this point in time. It's all with these rotation guys. It's about when you find them, can you utilize them properly with your superstars? And Exum, so far, you've been able to do just that.
Yep. Div says Lakers fast break your dream trade for the Lakers and your dream trade for the Mavs this year. Something realistic. Any ideas?
Go ahead, Magic Man, on that one.
What's a rumor y'all are hearing?
Oh my gosh! Channel your inner at Laker Tom there, Magic Man.
Oh man,
Laker Tom is a personality that comes on our show every week.
Yeah,
he has his own article that he writes. He's actually the #1 Lakers blogger, the most prolific on Lakerholics.com and on Twitter at Laker Tom. If you want, as a Lakers fan, some really interesting trades that are very one-sided for the Lakers, just go to him, and I'll leave it at that. Yes, and he takes all your flack when you go ahead and
we're gonna get Jayson Tatum for the water boy.
If he could do that in the salary cap, if he could do that in the trade machine, he'll do that, and he'll put that out there. Go ahead.
So yeah, I got 2. So they're both hurt right now, but either DeLon Wright or Monte Morris.
Oh man!
You put either one on the floor with possibly Cam, AD, and Vando with LeBron. Whew, that's nice. The other one, if Charlotte said you guys like PJ Washington, I'd be like, hell yeah. Then it could cost you Austin Reeves. And something else, I would say yes. Is let me tell you something, boys. I think PJ Washington is the best player on a bad team in the NBA. I think Alex Caruso is the best defender, but I would say the best player would be PJ Washington. And if somebody from the West got him,
We
this is a
wanted
guy.
him.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
We
I
wanted
know.
him. Man,
He'll be on the trade market. He'll be on the trade market. Absolutely.
What up, Johnny B?
what up, Johnny B?
A Glow Yard Gang member. He says revenge season. Bums. Martin says, first, I want you to know that I typed this comment before the pod started. But yeah, I'm still waiting for that Seawood revenge game. Lakers aren't even playing him. And I keep telling you, Martin, and he still was just as valuable as actually he was more valuable than Dwight Powell today because they both didn't play today and Christian was making less money. So yeah. Which one do we have?
With Christian Wood, though, it's his speed, his literal athleticism. Everybody talks about his motor and things of that nature. What we've seen on the Lakers is just that he has to be utilized in the right spots. We're not totally giving up on him. I'm sure there's going to be a couple games where he's going to shoot the lights out and get in the game. But being a rotation player, consistent rotation player, is going to be hard for him because he just does not have the speed to get out, contest on a regular basis. And that's the same thing with you guys. When he was on your team, he just does not have, that athleticism to go ahead and, be a great part of what you're doing on your team.
Yeah, so the thing is we have these back and forths with the Glow Yard sometimes. We know his deficiencies on defense. It's known, I think, by everybody. It's just that he gives you something on offense, and we have players that have deficiencies on offense and defense that get fought for more than a guy that had, some superior offensive abilities. When it's like, why are we going with a guy that has nothing when we have a guy that has something? Why don't you build around that? But that's why we go back and forth.
And I 100% agree with what everything King just said, and that's true when it comes to the Lakers with the following players: Taurean Prince, Jared Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish, and on certain nights, D'Angelo Russell.
I knew you were going to say that. I know it.
So the fact that he's not willing to play him with all that offensive skill and know-how, it just makes me question Darvin Ham just a little bit more, gentlemen.
Sounds familiar.
Curbside said, what an amazing, game to watch. I honestly think that was the best game so far this season. Thank you, kid, Exum, Tim, and DP for cheerleadership. No minutes.
Oh yeah, I was so happy, man, when I found out DP wasn't playing today, man. I was like, thank you.
Div says THJ is not revenge season; it's trade THJ season.
Shout out to Johnny B.
Curbside also says the new look for Mavs is about consistency that can step up in key moments. THJ and Exum have shown us that's so far this season. Yes. Timmy's going for the sixth man of the year this year. He really is. I think it's his to lose now. Div says this is a huge win for the Mavs. This is a team building win. To win with so many players out shows that we got a team and chemistry, and it will just make us that much better in the long run. Yes, Div.
Yeah, I agree, Div. That's what I said earlier. I feel like they're starting to catch their stride now. Our defense is getting better. I think everybody's starting to learn their roles. With kids starting to play the people who's supposed to play. Like I said, Exum finally getting the minutes we've been asking for all season. Derrick Jones Jr. has been getting better before he got hurt this last game. Like I said, Lively's impact is being felt every single game, man. He's getting better. It's scary, man. Like Joe and them just said, not Joe. Gerald and Sean just said, we need probably a couple more pieces, man. We there.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna do it without touching some.
This and here we go.
That's gonna be the question. Shout out to Nico, man.
Martin says, give him Hardaway Jr. His back massage / spa ticket or something. He totally deserves it. He does, but that means he's valuable, Martin. That's all I've been trying to say.
Value is going up every game.
One thing that man does not lack for is confidence, just like his pops had. Like I actually remember his pops played back in the day. That's how kind of old I am for some people in chat, but the man didn't lack for confidence, and neither did his son. And good for Tim for bouncing back because he seems like a good dude, gentlemen. I don't know,
No, he is.
but I've heard very good things about him. So I'm glad he's bounced back.
Yeah, we don't. They're not any bad dudes on the Mavs. They have a good team in general, as far as
Especially
guys.
the White Pal.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Canada, man.
Yeah. School
LeBron
says
medalist this summer.
Right.
School says, "What up, fellas? What up, School?"
What
He
up?
said the most impressive thing about this win was the constant driving of the ball in crunch time, even to kick out. Winning teams drive in the fourth, losing teams just shoot jumpers. Yes. That's a big comment. School. Johnny B also says we need a Dinwiddie / Exum backcourt. No bench can stop us. I feel you.
You're a free agent at the end of this year.
Proud Vet said, only thing that I hate is now that Exum has revealed himself as the key to the whole season. That means we fans are going to have to ride kids dumb for inexplicably not playing him. Yeah, I mean, you got to eventually get there.
Man. I think he's working his way there, man.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
Kid.
Hey, as long as he's playing him now, right? That's all that matters.
Did y'all want JK? Did y'all coach at any point?
No, I mean, Frank Vogel, he just got the bad deal right from the start. Frank Vogel got hired. Oh, by the way, we're going to hire your staff and then hire your successor right after you with Jason Kidd. So if you mess up, we've got Jason Kidd right there. We're going to bring him on as the coach. So, I mean, Vogel got a raw deal. And now, mind you, he's not really that great offensively, but defensively, he's one of the best coaches out there. And to go ahead and he brought you, help bring a world bubble championship aside. I don't want to get in that argument because, we hear it from every fan base on that. He brought them he helped bring them a championship with defense. And the way the Lakers shortchanged him so soon later, I think was always something we're going to be hurting for. And Kidd, no, we didn't desire really to him. Our fan base didn't desire him to be out there. We had already seen his track record in New Jersey / Brooklyn and Milwaukee. And we saw already that someone, it is what it is. I mean, when he made those comments about he's just a fan that's watching the games like everybody else is, how irritating to a fan base is that? That to me is an insult. Yep. If I was a coach, I would never make a comment like that. And then we see, Darvin Ham, we call him pockets because he has his hand in his pockets all the time. It's just so irritating. And it's just, do you feel like these coaches can do more to impact the game? And when Kidd says something like that, that's almost like spitting into your entire fan base. And so I can imagine you guys have this now love-hate relationship with Kidd, but the results are there. Despite whatever bad things you say about Kidd, the results are there. He took you to Western Conference Finals, and despite last year's debacle, you guys have rebounded back to have a strong season. And like you said, you're just a couple players away from maybe competing at a high level with Denver and some of the other favorites that are out there in the NBA.
Live says, "Hello guys, what up, Live? At one point of this game, I was telling myself, win or lose, I'm watching a great game. And it is a win, baby. Greetings to all of the We Talk Mavs watchers from Germany, 5 o'clock local time."
Oh, man.
Talk.
Hey, check this one out, King. This one for them.
Well,
says right there.
Frank, Gloyard gang member as well, says Lakers fast break. Would y'all be interested in Trey Young? You think y'all can overcome his deficiencies?
Volume shooter, not efficient shooter. Size issues, and does not play defense. That's something that's, I mean, I think let me ask you guys a question. I'll answer that question by asking a question. Do you think his run to the Eastern Conference Finals a year back, do you think that's the highest he'll ever go?
Ooh.
Dang.
Because I have a feeling, to me,
I think you're going to come like that, man.
That's we got, they shots.
Outside of him being, later on in his career, maybe like a, sixth man coming out the bench type deal, I really think as a star player, that's as far as you're going to take him, because his deficiencies, when you scheme it right, are just so hard to overcome.
Shout out to We Talk Hawks, man. Shout out to Demond and them, man.
I'm going to keep it real, though. You feel me? I don't think he's number one.
No, he's not.
If I don't think he's number one, then that probably is his ceiling. So
it would just be, and then you'd have to give up so much to get a guy like that. Just based off of salaries alone.
Let me ask y'all a question. Could you win a championship with him being a number 2?
No.
Oh,
you don't think he could play with like a Giannis?
With a Giannis, that's different.
If you had him and Giannis, and they would run the pick and roll,
if you had him,
you'd have to put
like a Giannis or a Joker. I think if you swapped out Trey Young for Jamal Murray, I think Denver still wins a title.
I think they may too.
Okay.
Because Murray they would go at Trey Young each and every time. Murray would just you saw against D'Lo. I mean, we talked about D'Angelo earlier in this podcast. Murray saw D'Angelo and his eyes lit up each and every time. They would do the same against Trey.
Got me thinking about something now, man. That's crazy.
Man, shout out to Damon and them. Pedro says, "What up, guys? Great game. Nico come back from Williams game ball, play of the game, best pickup of the season. Dante Exum, good team win overall. I can't wait to see what Nico is cooking. Yeah, hopefully.
2 more days."
Noah says, "Now can people stop with this Tatum and Luka thing? It's over. It's been over."
I don't know.
You guys think Tatum and Luka on the same level?
I do not.
You keep it real.
I do not. I think just Luka's on a different level than Jayson Tatum. I think Jayson Tatum is an incredibly talented, very good player. I don't think he's an excellent player. I don't think he's an elite player. Luka is an elite player.
Hold on now, Sean. Are you saying that from a Laker standpoint, or are you saying that from a basketball fan? Gotta make sure we taking the Laker Boston hate out of there, man. Like you saying that from a basketball fan's perspective, or you saying that from a Laker fan's perspective?
That is from a Lakers fan perspective.
Ooh,
from a basketball fan perspective, he is an excellent player, no doubt. I just think the ability to elevate others around you is a trait that he can't touch Luka in. And that's why I think Luka's just, I would say it's more than a hair. It's just a little bit above Jayson Tatum. And I think
they get asked to do different things. I think there's so much more on Luka.
Fair enough.
To drive the Mavs than what Boston asked for Tatum.
Fair enough.
But as a ball handler, table setter, the whole 9 yards, Luka is unparalleled or so far above Tatum in that aspect. But, maybe on the defensive end, you might give a little bit more to Tatum as a rebounder. Maybe it's a wash there. But, yeah, I'd definitely say you would still give the edge to Luka. I think how can you not? Just because he does so many more things. You just wish Luka could play. Well, he doesn't need to during the regular season, but during the postseason, how much does his defensive, attention, as far as focus, how much focus does he put on the defensive end when it matters the most for you guys? Or how much can he, because of all the energy he spends on offense?
And not only that, Luka will never have to worry about whether his running mate can go left or not, because it doesn't matter.
Shots fired.
But I do think if Luka had to play, or you switch them on different teams on each other's team, and you put Luka on the Celtics, I think the Celtics have a championship by now.
I agree.
I'd agree with you.
That's a fair assessment. Yeah,
I definitely think that if you gave him that assistance with that team beside Luka Doncic, I think they definitely have a championship by now. Maybe more than one.
But Tatum's going to be talked about as an MVP as long as they're leading the Eastern Conference and he's the best player on that team.
Yeah.
But you got 3 other All-Stars beside you, too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ben says Luka makes every player he plays with look like a star, I swear. The only downside is certain bums getting extensions because he tossed them a few lobs once. Kapow.
I saw that coming. Well, it's been a power slugfest, man, for about 3 shows, man.
Pedro says also crazy we didn't see Wood at all. Great show, guys. Keep up grinding. Appreciate you, Pedro.
Appreciate it.
Lav says I was waiting for Exum to explode with his 3-point shooting because he was a lights out shooter in Europe for 2 years in a row. I expect now that this will up his confidence for future games.
Oh yeah, Lav probably did watch him over there. I forgot. He's from Germany.
He also says good comeback from Grant on both sides of the floor. I expected to see more Omax today, but a lot of our guys had the hot hand, so I guess Kid wanted to stick with him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought Omax was gonna be out there today too.
I think Seth rolled his ankle too.
Are you guys convinced that he should get more playing time, or do you think he should be in the G League?
I thought he should have been in the G League because he wasn't getting the time. But the last few games, he's been getting more and more time, and he's been getting more and more comfortable with that time. So now we're saying, let's just give him the time because his defensive side of the ball, he's awesome already. Like he has that side of the ball.
Oh my God,
like
his defense already, man.
Yeah, and he's raw offensively, but his defense, 7'1" wingspan, like is just nasty.
You know, brothers, I appreciate you having us on. I just want to say shout out to the community in Montreal, the Haitian community. They're producing a lot of talent now that's coming to the NBA, and Omax Falls' brothers, Lou Dort and Benedict Mathurin, were from the same community in Montreal. And just a shout out to the work, man. It's the work you put in, and I'm happy for this brother, and blessed for the Mavs to have him because they did a documentary up here about all three of those dudes, and I'm just wishing well for all three of them wherever they are. So shout out to Omax.
Daniel was asking about our thoughts, Magic Man, on Kuzma. Kuzma, you know what? He was absolutely, he changed his whole game when he became with the Lakers. He became a guy that he thought himself to be a better player than he actually was. Up until the time that he came to the bubble season, he found himself, he needed to play better defense because he was a matador. He was really bad at defense. He made himself into a decent defender, got a chance to play and contribute very well for us got to the championship. You've seen what he's done in Washington. He is still his volume shooter from three. Doesn't mean he's consistent there. But my gosh, good rebounder. Can play better defense than what he is playing in Washington. He doesn't need to play, but who plays defense in Washington really? But if he does come on your team, I think it would be an excellent pickup. I was really really happy to get Kuzma in the draft. I saw him in his first exhibition game here in Las Vegas, and in his first preseason in the summer league game, excuse me. And I've always been rooting for the kid. And I'm wishing him the best. And I think he can give you guys something that you need, more interior presence inside as far as rebounding is concerned. He can hit the three. I wouldn't count on it, as far as they're at 34, 35, because he'll take his few. He'll take his share. But he can also, he's found areas of his game where he can score as well. So, I mean, he's not a 20-point league scorer in this league for nothing. So he's developed his game, but he can play better defense than what he's showing right now in Washington.
2020.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with what Gerald just said, gentlemen. 100%. Big.
It would be a good pickup.
Well.
Got a question for y'all.
Be a good.
Can you ask him that question you asked me yesterday on the show about if the Lakers had kept those guys instead of trading?
Yeah. Okay,
I want to get their opinion on this.
If the Lakers would not have traded Anthony Davis and they would have kept the same core that you already had before then, do you guys think you win more championships than you have now?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not going to hesitate.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm glad that's on. We can ask them see what their opinion was on it.
Magic will tell you the day that we traded for Russell Westbrook, I knew that was the worst thing that we could do. He just was not a fit for what. No disrespect to Russell Westbrook, the individual, his game just did not fit with what we're doing and what we gave up. I mean, first round draft picks, Kuzma, and then obviously the THT, we kept THT instead of Caruso.
All NBA defenders, all NBA players.
Those mistakes cost us. But yes, I do believe we would have been able to win one more championship.
I'm
not going to go and say a dynasty or anything like that, but I would have said we would have won one more.
No. The question was, instead of trading for AD, if y'all had kept the Brandon Ingrams and all those guys, or Randalls and all those guys.
Oh no, okay, then I apologize.
Would y'all think y'all would have still got a championship if y'all had kept that? that team
On the
went
bubble,
that
on the
route,
2019, no.
No, not the bubble. Just at some point, do you
Just
think
at some
the
point,
team would
you
be
know,
maybe
think
down
it
the
would
line,
better?
let's say like
Yeah.
At
7,
this
8 year
point.
period down the line with Brandon Ingram and all that. No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
that AD was the magic, that he was the draw, the stir, the straw that stirred on the drink as far as for what we needed at that point in time. It worked then, and had we kept the guys, like I said, I still think we would have won another one. But yeah, I think that when we got had we kept the kids and let them grow and mature, I think we would have been a playoff team for sure. But I do not think we would not have been able to win a championship, because you need a presence down the low on most teams, like AD, and he was able to produce for us. I mean, you saw it with Jokic this past season, how much a guy that's playing at that level for you down low, what it can do for you.
Yeah, because I told King I don't think, because remember Randall turned out to be an all-star. Ingram turned out to be an all-star. Those guys, I don't think they would have been able to make it to that level if they still been on this team. I think them going to those different teams are the reasons why they kind of made it to that level, to where, hey, now you are the guy on the team. The offense goes through you, the ball goes through you, or whatever. So it gave them opportunities to finally showcase that and get to that point where they're both all-stars and all NBA players and all that stuff.
I felt like one of them may have gotten there. I just felt like the team would have stayed deeper if they'd have stayed. Like, I felt like you went for AD for the present. Obviously, like, you knew you were going to get a championship. You had two basically top 5 players at that point. But with the other guys, I think somebody would have stepped into a different role, just playing with LeBron. And it seems like LeBron is at a point in his career where he wants to pass the baton. So it would have just been a couple more years of them having to be a sidekick to LeBron. And then at some point, he'd have been okay with letting them be that number one scorer, kind of like he did with Kyrie at the end before Kyrie left, where he's saying you can take more shots than me in the regular season, that type of thing. I think he's at that point. And I just think you guys would have had so much more talent. Would have been just one more piece instead of now it's maybe AD and you're like trying to find shooters and this and that, because AD is not taking a number one spot. So I don't know. You have the championship, so you can't be mad at that. But that's a lot of talent at the end of the day that it ended up being once you look at it. But you got the championship, so I wouldn't be mad at that. Let's see. Bro, you was clicking them, so I got confused.
Oh, my bad.
You good. So I'm going backwards now. I'm all the way at the bottom. If y'all see anything y'all like has Lakers fast break, let me know. Johnny B said if Luka was swapped for Tatum, the Celtics would win the title. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I already said that.
I'm trying to answer Potato's question, because he asked, would we want Kuzma back on the team? What would we trade him for? I'd say some sort of package with Kuzma and Kispert. If you can get Kuzma and Kispert, Kispert's a good outside shooter. I would work a deal like that. Hachimura is the name that I think gets bandied about. D'Angelo, if you want to go ahead and say there as well. But yeah, I've said before, and I said on this show earlier, that no one on the Lakers should be untouchable outside LeBron and AD. And, at times, when AD gets so frustrating with us, it's just a point where we sometimes, why want to trade him too? Because, we just signed that big, huge extension, whatnot. But it's just, sometimes he gets very frustrating, I know, for us, because he gets 37, gets 40, and then next day he'll get 9 or 11. And it's just like, oh.
Were y'all mad when they gave AD the contract extension?
No, but it's just he's on the wrong side of 30. He does have an injury history. You've always got to take it in consideration. It's just when you make those kind of deals, could you have waited a little bit longer? Were you in such a hurry to sign him to that extension? Was there a need?
Yeah, it's kind of like when your girl invites you over because she cooked dinner for the first time, and that steak that she tried to make doesn't taste like a steak, but you got to eat it anyway.
Right. I see what you're going.
It's kind of like.
Does that sound familiar to you, King? Why did you sign this guy right now? Why didn't you just wait? Sounds so familiar.
But I mean, shout out to Anthony Davis. That's good representation. Sign it now, not later. Sign it now.
Yeah, if I was your agent, sign it now.
He could have waited. He could have waited until the end of this, summer and signed an actually even bigger contract. But he knows, even he knows, by signing that when he did, when being offered, just goes to show you, even he knows how his health is. He knows the longevity of his career. I think it's just telling you that he is very smart about how his body is, and he knows exactly how frail, or for lack of a better word, he could be, throughout the rest of his career.
Yeah, shout out to y'all for the what is it, in-season tournament, the championship game. Wasn't it like the highest rated game as far as
6 years before Christmas?
That isn't a Christmas game, a regular season game. I see people talking about the ratings on the in the chat and all, and I'm like, I thought the in-season tournament championship with LeBron James in it was just one of the highest rated regular season games.
It is, as far as any game in October, November, or December. That's before Christmas. In 6 years, it's been the highest.
League might have some, fellas. League might have some.
What were your thoughts on the NBA Cup? We talked to Blake Elliott yesterday about it. What were you guys' thoughts on the NBA Cup?
I wanted to win it. I don't have a problem with you guys' cup win. I don't have a problem with your
I don't either.
Bubble championship, because if we would have won it, we'd have been here celebrating, saying whatever. We won the first one. We won a championship in the bubble. I'd have loved if Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis would have won a championship in that bubble. That's unbelievable.
One question, fellas: what happened to your floor? That was whack. That was whack.
Yeah,
twice,
right.
Son. It happened twice. We never got to see it.
We never got to see
it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only court that I didn't see. I was like, and then I was reading. Didn't even pass the test.
So I learned this today. No, matter of fact, it was on y'all show, wasn't it? I think it was on y'all show. I listened to it today, and they said that the whole colored court thing was like a last minute thing that the NBA came up with. So it wasn't really something that they would have generally planned going forward, whatever. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know what they're gonna do. They'll probably do some things different, because I heard some people were complaining about some of the floors colors and all that. Like I said, your guest said something about the Bulls color. I didn't see the Bulls, but I can imagine it was just red everywhere, man. Like that's kind of
my eyes are still adjusting. Eyes are still adjusting
our eyes were adjusting to the really both the Denver and the Pelican game.
Yeah, we lost the Denver game, and that wasn't even really a real regulated court. Like, that was messed up. We had to repaint over it. So really, we've been screwed a whole bunch of times because of the courts.
Well, the NBA missed a sponsorship opportunity, because they should have had that NBA Cup sponsored by Highlighter, because those colors.
Jesus, yeah.
Hold up,
they can do something different with the court, just like tone the colors down a little bit or something. I don't know.
Bro, does that make you feel different?
I'm gonna get a nice shiny red. How about that?
Does that make you feel different though about the Denver game, knowing that we didn't have our court prepared and we went back to the old court? Why didn't Denver do the same thing?
Because remember we talked about it on the show too, King. Remember Denver tried to fix their problem. Like, what was it, like 30 minutes?
It was painted. Right. They just painted over the
right
line.
over. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, why didn't they play with their normal court then if their court was messed up? Like we did.
That's a fair point. Like, honestly, you can't protest games, but that's
I
bring that up to a competition committee. Like, if we can't use our court, then they shouldn't be allowed to use theirs.
They should have used their normal court.
Because I'm thinking, now that you say that, King, I'm thinking like, dang, how? Because my mind went to, like, if we played, Denver had their issues, we still played on it. How bad is our court to the point we're not playing on it? That's what I was thinking. Yeah. And like we said twice, it happened twice. So I'm like, okay, the second time, I'm like, okay, maybe it was whatever the issue is, it just ain't never got it fixed yet. So you're like, man, just forget it, But I'm with you now. Now it kind of got me thinking. So I don't know.
If it's that easy to trade courts, right? If they have their court just sitting there, why not? Why didn't they bring out their old one if it was messed up? Why have us practice on it and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, they need to work on something, because we got tired of seeing the Wizard of Oz, didn't we, Gerald? The Yellow Brick Road.
We did.
The
courts were so annoying, but I guess you're right. You know what? I can't complain too much. I didn't really like the concept of the NBA Cup, but you know what? It worked. The ratings were up. The interest was up, especially with the hoop heads out there. They really paid attention to it. The league still had issues as far as how they communicated this group play, point differential, who is getting what, who is doing where, when. They spread it out over the course of weeks instead of just try to should have put it into one condensed time period to make
it.
Yeah,
I said that.
there are mistakes that they made, but they still, despite themselves, were able to go ahead.
It's a beta. Yeah, it's beta.
They got a larger audience. Their goal, their job was done. They met their goal as far as getting more eyeballs of the general regular consumer out there on the NBA before Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, and that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to make the regular season matter, and they definitely did that. So, are y'all happy for the like? What's y'all's overall?
I want the title. Pretty honestly, again, I'm not thrilled that LeBron and AD had to play 40 minutes in a extra. It's like Luka. Would you be, when you look back on it? Yeah, let's say Luka and the Dallas Mavericks had won the NBA Cup. That gives Luka 40 extra minutes out there on the court. Yeah, he's younger and whatnot. That's great, but that's still an opportunity, especially for LeBron at 38 and AD at 30, 31. That doesn't overwhelm me with gladness that they just played a game that doesn't count at all as far as in the standings or anything. And now you're going to ask them to continually play throughout the rest of the season. So it's great for them. It's great for the minimum league, minimum paid players that are getting $500K. I'm more than happy, but again, it's all about the big title at the end. That's what it should be all about. The end, raising the banner, I know, on the 18th and all that. Great. Yeah, it's like, okay, I think, what are you trying to troll the Clippers again? I mean, the 17 banners you have up there and the Taylor Swift banner up there should just tell you, just troll the Clippers enough already. But okay, whatever. But I'm more about the 17 championships and what we need to do to get an 18th. Just like you guys are. You guys are after the title, the chip. That to me is more important than Adam Silver's ode or I guess nod to European soccer.
I think that it's a gift and a curse of it being the first one.
Yeah,
it's the first one, so it's in LeBron's repertoire as far as his legacy. I also shout out to my homeboy BA, who's been on the show once. He said that this trophy is probably going to be the LeBron James trophy once he retires, the in-season tournament MVP, because they have to have.
Yeah, everybody else said it too.
So this is probably going to be his trophy, and they're probably going to add more stipulations to it in the future, like they're talking about giving you a playoff spot.
That's what I'm going to ask.
For y'all, that would have been awesome.
I do
if
not
y'all
like
won
that.
This year. I like it. I'm for it.
Let me ask you this though. Let me say this. Okay, let me put it the other way around. Mm-hmm. Let's say a team like who's doing bad this Utah. Mm-hmm. Their 6 games that they win are in the tournament. So do you give them a playoff spot because of that?
I'm with it because I really
even though we're talking about 6 games, which is what 1/15 or whatever, do the math of the season.
I don't. So I don't think that'll happen. I think when you win, as you've seen in a tournament, that the better teams will probably, or teams that'll be competitive will probably be teams to be representing the tournament, because you still got to win games. And bad teams like San Antonio and Utah don't win games enough to probably win enough in a row or whatever to win the championship. But I do think like it's that play-in situation. It's like adding more stipulation to the 7th and 8th seed, where it's like other guys can get in and you can have wild cards. Maybe they should change to a best of 3 again with the first round, so that something could change differently. But I like that. I don't think you should strive now to be a top or a lower 7th or 8th seed. Try to be a 6 through 1 or whatever, 1 through 6, so that you don't have to worry about it and you can be in the playoffs for sure. I'm not worried about 7 and 8. And if they're making different ways for a 7 and 8 to be different, I just think it's different wild cards. Maybe you can get a matchup where 1 or 2 seed could lose, like we seen last year or whatever. So I'm all for it. I think if you guys would have had it this year, then you could have more load management, I guess, quote unquote, for your older guys. Like you can do that.
I just don't think that's fair to the other 29 teams in the league, though. Again, and that's also, if you won the tournament and you're already a great, let's say like the Denver Nuggets or the Minnesota Timberwolves right now, what incentive is for that you've won the cup and now that's earned you a playoff spot, but you're already playing at that level already.
See,
I don't know. It just seems to me that adding a playoff thing, it's a nice kicker and all, but man, I don't know if it makes that really fair.
If Jamal Murray gets hurt for an extended time, you don't think Denver would love to say, well, we got a guaranteed playoff spot? Like,
if LeBron got hurt, it'd be great to work out.
So everybody has the same. Everybody has the same. It's not like you're giving somebody an unfair advantage because everybody goes into the tournament 0-0. Like you still gotta.
it's definitely very interesting because that does happen in soccer, where if you do win the tournament, you automatically qualify for the next one. Right. So
starting fast, you get a benefit of starting fast now.
It's like that. It's like that in the Olympics and all that too.
Yeah, you can't just sit back and be like, we can flip the switch at the end of the season. They want to make every NBA game mean something. That's what Commissioner Silver is trying to do. And I think if you make that happen where it actually is a playoff spot, like I think every team would take it seriously then. Like I don't think you'd have the in-season tournament would be the talk of the NBA for sure if there was a playoff spot attached to it. I think all the trash teams that are supposedly tanking, like the Spurs, if you told the Spurs, you know what, you just win this, you make the playoffs, but you can do all the rest of it and lose and all that stuff, they play hard as hell for those games as well. I'm not saying they wouldn't. If they're still a bad team, they shouldn't win the NCAA tournament still.
I think if they did explore that idea, King, it would also be like this. Wherever you fall in the playoffs, that's your draft pick. You don't get a lottery pick.
There you go. You can switch it all up.
You get to fall where the chips
are made.
That's different. That's
crazy, bro.
If you gave them if you gave a team like, let's say, Denver wins it or Minnesota wins it, and it's no good for them as getting a playoff spot if they're already going to be there. If you trade that for a top, you give them a top 10 pick or something like that. That's different. That actually would be. Well, that'd be something that I'm not sure the guys would play for, but the organization would definitely try to go ahead.
I just feel like it's a get out of card. It's a get out of jail free card, and because you never know. We didn't know Kyrie was going to be out, and we thought this was going to be a bump in the road. We were going to be struggling and maybe get knocked down to the 8th seed or something like that if we lose a couple games because of the way the West is and the way it's tight. So if you go into an in-season tournament and know I'm going to be at least a 7th seed, it's like if any of that happens, if Kyrie goes out or any of that happens, or you guys this year, if you'd have won it, if LeBron goes out for 20 games right now and something happens that's wild and crazy, knock on wood, you'd say, well, LeBron, just get ready for the playoffs. We know we got it. And I think you would deserve that. You won the series. You went 7-0 in the
I just don't know if that's fair for the other 29 teams. I try to look at things balanced and try to not show favoritism towards the Lakers. I just don't know if that's what fair to the other 29 teams. That's what I'm saying.
I understand, but I'm like, aren't they all? I just feel like they all are on the same. Like everybody is 0-0. It's not like Denver has the same chance as Orlando or as Utah or as San Antonio, like 0-0, and anything could happen. Like San Antonio could have been an awesome team this year. We don't know until the season happens. Like we only know that they're tanking and all because they are tanking. So that year that Jamal Murray went out for the year Denver, whatever, the Joker won the second MVP or the first MVP, one of the two.
Yeah.
When he was 6th seed, they thought they were going to be a more competitive team coming from that Western Conference Finals run against the Clippers or whatever. But then Jamal Murray got hurt. So then they're like, if they knew, like, we don't know, we can't just say, well, Denver's going to be that team this year because Denver isn't that team this year. Denver might have said, I wish I could have won an in-season tournament and been guaranteed a playoff spot because, like, the West is just difficult this year. I don't think there's maybe as a Laker fan being a dynasty and all that, used to that kind of stuff, you're like, I don't want to be fair, but I'd love to have a playoff spot right now if I'd have said, well, I could have it. And I think every team, like I said, it's no one up for any other team because nobody starts off like 1-0 or anything like that.
It's funny you said ain't nobody talking about the Denver Nuggets right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Denver Nuggets are struggling right now. Like Joker just got ejected from the game today.
He barely beat the
But
Bulls.
they still won though.
They beat them. Like 4. I think the Bulls.
We're still looking up at them, so you'll have to forgive us if we don't say we're struggling.
But yeah, we're gonna probably end it there, guys. It's already over 2 hours. We definitely appreciate, man. Great show, man. Great show, fellas. We definitely appreciate y'all, man, hopping on with us. As y'all know, Dallas wins 127-125 against the Lakers tonight. Good. It was a great game, man. Very entertaining, edge of your seat type of game, man. It always seems to be that way when the Mavs and the Lakers play. The Stars showed up today, man, so it was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I do have Lakers Fast Break information down in the description box below, guys. Go follow them on Twitter. Follow them on YouTube, guys. Great follow. I literally watch their show almost every day, it seems like. But don't catch you live. I'll catch your show later, man, because I know I'll be busy at work. Give me something to listen to. So, guys, go ahead and follow them on Lakers Fast Break on YouTube and at Lakers Fast Break on Twitter, or as King will call it, the X. Follow them on there, guys. Also, man, if you're into Dallas Maverick content, man, you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys, and go ahead and everybody, please hit that like button tonight, man, and show some love to the Dallas Mavericks tonight, man. 4-game win streak for the Mavs right now. They are hot, and hopefully they can keep it going. We'll play probably our hardest opponent, man. The number 1 seed in the West. We played Minnesota. Hopefully we have a couple more. Maybe we get Dereck Jones Jr. back. Hopefully. I know the one person we're not gonna have back. Well, we had Josh Green either, so probably Josh Green, Kyrie will be out, and who else I'm missing? Yeah, so hopefully we get Dereck Jones Jr. back, man. Hopefully, so hopefully we get that dub on Monday, guys.
Hopefully Seth's okay.
Oh yeah, Seth got man, he's dropping like flies out here, man. Yeah, hopefully Seth's okay too. We definitely gonna need his spacing, man, with his shooting. So please be okay, Seth. But yeah, listen, guys. Follow us on all our socials, man. I got all the links down in the description box below for our socials. Also, too, guys, go ahead and do us a huge favor, man. Follow us right on Playback.TV, man. Dallas Mavs, Playback TV. We Talk Mavs. I should say I said Dallas Mavs. We Talk Mavs. You guys can follow us on there. It's free. Go ahead and meet us over there, guys. Watch the games with us. Conversate with other Mav fans, other Glow Yard members. Had a pretty good time. Well, I didn't go on there today. Did you go on there today, King?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, King was on there today. Yeah, I was at work, man, so I didn't get to go on there. But yeah, man, it's great times over there, man. I know the numbers are growing there, so we definitely appreciate y'all on that. Let's see what else. This is being podcast form, so shout out to the podcast listeners. We appreciate the support there too, man. The numbers are growing on the podcast. We definitely appreciate that. I don't know if you saw our end of the year numbers, King. They're pretty interesting.
Man. I saw the little
not bad.
Yeah,
not bad, man. So we definitely appreciate the support there, guys. King, is there anything I'm missing, bro? Before we get to Gerald now.
Did you tell him how to join?
Oh, right. You guys want to become a member of the channel, guys? Go ahead and hit that join button right there next to the subscribe button, guys. If you want to become members. Of course, we have our shows on Friday mornings, guys. If a game does not fall on Fridays, we have our shows on Friday mornings. But if a game falls on Fridays, guys, we have a members-only post-game show on Fridays, guys. So go ahead and hit that join button, man, if you want to be part of that. And I feel like it was something else I was about to say, King. I can't remember what I was about to say.
I think I got one more thing you can talk about real quick.
Go ahead.
How about this?
Cause We Geeked. Check out my other YouTube channel, man. Cause We Geeked, man, here on YouTube. Shout out to my cuz Will, man. We have a show every Saturday morning, guys, so you guys can join us there. It's also live. You want to bring your questions and your comments there. But anything geek related, man, y'all can follow us on there too, man. At Cuz We Geeked here on YouTube. Sean, Gerald, y'all got anything y'all want to say, man, before we roll out?
We just appreciate the time and the conversation, brothers, because we enjoy it. We really do.
Yes,
we thoroughly
Absolutely.
enjoyed having you guys on our channel. We were grateful for it. This has been a budding friendship, and we competitive, right? We competitive, but when the game's over, we can talk about it like gentlemen, and it's a good time, and I just appreciate We Talk Mavs community. King, Rel, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with more than I do with Magic. And again, your show and your channel and your community is obviously very much in tune to what's going on with the Mavs. Continued success to you guys. And anytime you guys want us back, we'll be glad to come on. You got a great crowd tonight. Just kudos to your audience too, as well.
Absolutely. Anytime I need to know something about the Mavs, I check out the boys. That's it. It's it. That's
Same
my
for us,
Mavs
man.
info.
Same for us. Like I said, I check y'all's out. Y'all actually all be on with you and Empire Jeff, man. Shout out to Empire Jeff.
Yep.
Check his channel out too, man. He got great content over there, man. But yeah, like I said, anytime, man. Y'all, Sean, you know how to hit us up, man. We'll be there, man. Let us know. We'll definitely come through.
We'll probably get Cranky Joe on next time around. Hopefully he'll be less mad.
That's really who I want the Glow Yard to meet, man. I want them to meet Joe, man.
we have one more game, right? One more Lakers Mavericks.
Oh, yeah,
right?
he already talked about it. Yes, on tonight's show. Yes.
Yeah, one more. I you know what? I actually found it respectful in a way that he compared us to the Sacramento Kings. That quote unquote should have maybe beaten y'all back then. So if we're that type of team now to LA, then we're doing something right. So it was nice.
don't worry. Anybody that the Lakers lose to is that type of team for Joe.
Okay.
If the wind changes, he gets angry at that. So there you go.
There you go, man. But yeah, man, listen, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight, man. We definitely appreciate everybody rocking with us, man, for a brand spanking new episode of We Talk Mavs, where we talk Dallas Mavs from a fan's perspective, guys. We'll be back here on Monday after I'm sorry, not Monday. What's this?
Thursday, right?
Thursday, yes. We'll be back Thursday when the Mavs play Minnesota Timberwolves. Same Mav time, same Mav channel, guys. We got Lakers Fast Break in the building with us. Got Gerald and Sean, Magic Man. So we appreciate y'all, guys. Go Mavs. And we out.
Peace.